on, people? We are back in the building. It's that dude named Dave, and we are here. We just hit the go live button. I got to make sure that I'm not struggle streaming. Okay, guys? So, in the chat, I need y'all to press a 1 if y'all can hear me. Press 2 if you can't. Let's get this party started. Hey, y'all, you guys see the title? You guys see the thumbnail? We gonna talk about a little bit of Tyler Perry. Oh man, I was planning on doing a Tyler Perry live stream last week regarding the movie Straw, but hey, I still ain't watched that janky movie because we got bigger fish to fry, okay? But before we get into it, I gotta do the house cleaning. I'm gonna get a shout out to the regulars. We ain't gonna do the long stroke today. I know the ladies love the long stroke, but we just gonna get to the business, get it going, get in, get out, do it dangle. So let me go ahead and get started over here. Let me pull this up here. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second here. All righty. Hold on here. Let me get this going here. There we go. I had to cut that off there. All right, guys, check it out. To support the channel, to support the grind, I need y'all to do a couple of things for me. Like, comment, subscribe, click on that bell notification below. Your boy's been shadow banned for a hot minute. It ain't gonna stop no time soon because of my content and what I talk about, because the powers that be don't wanna hear talk about what we talk about. Okay? So I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification. If you guys are already a part of the crew, I need you to unsubscribe, then subscribe again, then go ahead and click on that notification button. And we gotta keep doing that to re-trigger the algorithm, okay, guys? So do that for me. Next order of business, guys. Like I said, this is a monetized channel. And this is for supporting your FBA brother, B1 in the house here, foundational Black Americans. Because I got something to talk about, not today. Oh, people who I thought that was cool with me, people who I thought they were allies in the game, people who I thought they were cool in the paint, cool in the gang. I've learned about some new musty ass tethers. Lord have mercy. But check it out. But what I need y'all to do is support the grind. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers, as well as the Cash App ticker down below, $ that dude named Dave, as well as the group memberships here. I see y'all saying you just unsub, now sub again. Don't unsub and just leave it be. I need y'all to unsubscribe, then subscribe, okay? But check it out though. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers. We got the groups, and you see that $, that dude named Dave. Also, if you ain't got no money, you ain't got no dough. You broke as hell these days. It's June. You say, I ain't got it, Dave. Well, you know what? That's fine. You got to do some shopping. So you know what I say? Go to Temu because your boy's an ambassador brand for the label there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody be saying Temu got this and that is cheap. No. They got levels of what you can purchase there. In the description box below, guys, we have an affiliate links there. You download the Temu app, your first purchase, 30% off. Then we got a second affiliate link with the $100 coupon bundle. You can do that on the app or on the website there. So there's many ways to support the grind here. Like button, subscribe, bell notification, super chat, super thanks, super stickers, okay? Got the groups, Cash App, Temu. Okay, let's get it going here. I hope y'all can do that for me. Thank you very much here. I'm glad to be back here. We missed a couple of days. I got to be honest, guys. I was watching the NBA Finals. That's why you didn't see me a couple of nights, man. When I'm a diehard sports fan, you guys see the background. Y'all see the layout here. I love me some sports. So the fact that, certain things going on, so I wait for the NBA Finals to be done. Probably be done by this week, of course, way things are going down right now. But once we get past the major sports stuff, I ain't gonna let no sports get in stopping the grind here. I'm human. I like to sit down and watch the game, or I'll be at a local bar, at a lounge, and I'll have me an old fashioned. I make my own old fashions now, guys, if you guys ain't noticed. So, your boy got the old fashioned on deck here, but, I admit, I missed a few nights because I wanted to watch the games. We chilling, doing what we got to do here. But we going to be back in action here. Also, Before I even get this live stream kicked off here, let me get a shout out to my daughter. Her birthday is coming in a couple of days, guys. Yes, today as we're doing this Hump Day Live on June 18th, her birthday is June 23rd. Baby girl gonna be 8 years old, and she gonna be starting in 3rd grade in the fall. Yeah, yes. So, you know, we got a little birthday party planned out for her this weekend, everything like that, you know, because, you know, ironically, you know, her birthday kind of falls around the same weekend this week of Juneteenth. Yet because your boy got the day off. You know, they give the holiday for Juneteenth here. So I'm trying to see if I'm gonna do a Juneteenth live stream tomorrow on Thursday. We'll see how we feeling here. But I just want to give a shout out to my daughter that's coming up here. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be 8 years old, gonna be starting the 3rd grade. Man, time flies by so fast. I remember when she was just a tiny little thing coming out here, and now she's telling me what to do, eat up all my goddamn food. I'm not lying to y'all, man. She eat up all my, I made some chicken earlier today, and here she is talking about, that looks good. Can I have some, Daddy? I'm looking at her like, God damn it. Every time I got some food, you're always trying to eat my stuff up. All right, guys. So let me see who's in the chat. I need to holler at the regulars. And before I do, shout out to my Ninja Watchers. Shout out to the Ninja Watchers. Y'all driving the big rigs. Y'all still working. Y'all part of the grind too, but you can't type. Every once in a while, guys, for the Ninja Watchers, if y'all can just come in the chat and say what's up, shout out to y'all. Also, say a shout out to the replay gang. Y'all not getting notifications. That's why I told you to unsub and then sub and then hit the notification because your boy shadow banned. So for the people in the replay gang, shout out to y'all as well. Shout out to the live tribe. Okay, the AIC that's in the building. Let me holler at the chat and let's get started. You feel me? Let's do it here. Let me go and scroll up here. Shout out to Grits and Bacon talking about zesty ass. Goddamn, Grits, first comment. You coming in hard. Shout out to Pooh Man. Follow me on IG. Pooh Man, the greatest mod in the game here. My game, YouTube status. Pooh Man doing the dizzle here, helping your boy out. Pooh Man dropping that link. You can follow me on IG. You can follow me on Twitter, where I'll be finding all these goddamn musty tethers at. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, Twitter's heavy with the musty tethers. Oh, man, it's heavy. T. Orlando's getting on me. He was like, yo, why are you arguing with tethers? And I was like, dude, you just don't get it. It's actually my job to argue with tethers. If I'm going to have a YouTube channel, and if I'm going to represent for the FBA family, it's kind of, I have to, T. Orlando. If you in the building, T. Orlando, I gotta argue with the tethers. Because these tethers are lying, musty, and doing the darnest things to try to sabotage us. Oh, shout out to Pooh Man dropping the Cash App as well. Shout out to y'all with the Cash App. Thank you, Pooh Man. We said that's in the ticker. It'll be in the description box below. Oh, by the way, everything that I announce is in every single description box, guys. Every single description box. Let's keep it going here to scroll down. Pooh Man says that you can do the memberships. Hey, look, just follow Pooh Man at the top of the chat here. He's giving y'all all the information. What's going on, Derek? TD&D, check 1, check 2. What's going on, Derek? How you living these days, man? Good to see you in the chat. We got Derek in the building. Who else we got here? We got Endor. What's going on, Endor? How you living? Got Endor in the building here. Good to see you. Let's keep it going here, see who's rock with me. Pooh Man says, anyone surprised? We're going to get into it. Don't worry, brother. Don't worry. I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner. Hey, man, hey, come on, man. Peanut butter on stick. Endor, you going in right now. God, dizzle, Endor. Lord. Yeah, good to see you. Hey, let's keep it going here. The return of the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun. Woo! Come on, Pooh Man. Who don't love some Ric Flair? Hey, man, I love me some Ric Flair, man. To be the boss, you gotta be. Hey, come on. Let me pause. Because I'll go into a WWE, WWF, WCW, NWA montage. No, we don't want to do that right now. All right, we got the ones in the building. Shout out to everybody. I see y'all coming through. Pinball. What's going on, Pinball? This is for Pinball. What's going on, my faithful mother? He loved the censor button. So Pinball, where you at in these neck of the woods, Pinball? You was in Illinois recently, you was in my neck of the woods, but where are you driving that mother truck? I'm having fun with the button right now just for you, man. Shout out to Pinball in the building. Good to see you, man. Let's go down. Oh, T. Orlando's in the building. Sheila, what's going on, Sheila? Yeah, we back in the game here. You know, work's kind of crazy, but we back. Hey, T. Orlando's in the building. Shout out to T. Orlando, my resident hater. Just unsub, just unsub. Make sure y'all sub back. Make sure y'all sub back, people. Just did. Thank you. T. Orlando says, every brother ain't a brother because of color. Might as well be undercover. Shout out to Chuck D and Public Enemy. I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it and said they would suck good. Hey, where that first line from Chuck D came from. Shout out to Chuck D. Represent Public Enemy, T. Orlando. Pinball says, mobile AIC office, Robinsonville, New Jersey, ready for midweek dick-nanigans. Shout out to New Jersey in the building, man. You over here riding around this country, man. Be safe out there, Pinball. Good to see you, man. Let's see here. We got Thomas. What's going on, Thomas? My son has graduated from middle school today. Shout out to your son, Thomas. Yeah. Hey. Thomas got a high schooler. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Thomas, man. You getting up there, man. You got a high schooler, man. Hey, man, there you go. Next thing you know, you're going to be in a boat just like me. I mean, they're not Mike and my nieces and my nephew. You're going to start doing that driver's ed games pretty soon, brother. Hey, my nephew just got his license last month, right? I got to get my niece's license this year. And then my youngest niece, she turns 16 in September, and she starts driver's ed in the fall. God damn it. I'm in trouble, guys. I'm in trouble. Gonna have 2 teenage girls behind the wheel. I'm in trouble, guys. Shout out to you, Thomas. T. Orlando says, free Diddy. Hey, come on, man. We might talk about that another day. Shout out to Diddy. She was like, happy birthday to your baby girl. Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate it. Hey, R. Kelly. Hey, man. Hey, R. Kelly. Hey, man. Ain't looking good for Kels. He was in the infirmary, right? They try to OD the Chocolate City Thunder. Hey, man. Shout out to R. Kelly, man. They hurting the brother here. Hey, shout out to my man EJ. Hey, we got EJ in the building. The Skip Master dropping the first holla, pushing the blue place, guys. We see the goal here, right? Y'all can support the grind by the super chats there. Everything goes a long way. No holla is too small. I ain't like some of these content creators that'll be mad that you drop whatever you drop. If all you can drop is $1 straight up for the holla. My man says, I-90 in Illinois is kicking my ass, the Dick Nanigans. You know that, baby? EJ? First things first, brother. Salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Right back at you. With that super. First one in the game, guys. Y'all can show y'all support. Follow EJ's node here, all right? Where you at 990, man? Hey, just to let you know, a day before the holiday, on I-90, on 294, on 290, EJ, your black ass gonna be in trouble. That's how the game goes this time of the day, man. You're going to be on those 3 major highways on the day before a holiday. Hey, man, I'm going to try to get you through this, but hey, just be calm. Gotcha, man. Appreciate you. T. Orlando says, hashtag Vegas stream. Okay, yeah, T. Orlando's going heavy on the Vegas kick here. And I really want to do this Vegas thing. It is so goddamn expensive. You see, I don't mind the price, guys. I'm worried about who will show up. T. Orlando ain't gonna care. T. Orlando gonna be like, hey, it's just me and Dave here. I'll go get 20 strippers. We good to go. I don't even see none of y'all ninjas. Too many hard legs, right? But if I'm gonna organize like me being a YouTuber, like a meetup event, I wanna see a bunch of y'all there. And it's just been so much jankiness going on. So I am looking out for people out there, because I don't want people to see it's like, damn, I can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry, T. Orlando. We're going to put that together. I just can't put up a meetup and no one shows up but me and you. You know? Hey, yeah. Pinball said, Dave, daughter getting older. He can't steal her juice boxes anymore. Man, she's stealing my food, Pinball. She Deboing my food these days. All right, scroll down. Pooh Man said, yeah, this is the very first year my job is paying holiday pay Juneteenth. Shout out to you, Pooh Man, for getting that holiday pay. There we go. Let's see here. Tether box is good sometimes. It can be. It can be, T. Orlando. What's going on, Kareem? Good to see you, brother. Shout off in the building. Good to see you. August in the building. What's going on, kid? Let's see here. T. Orlando says peanut butter skin and big old jug. Y'all blowing me this. Pause. Y'all killing me this me. Shouldn't say it like that. Y'all killing me. EJ says my sister's birthday's on Friday. EJ, isn't this like the second holiday or second birthday weekend that, correct me if I'm wrong of my memory, wasn't around my birthday or someone else's birthday. There was like a gang of birthdays that was like close to mine's. And now you got a birthday close to where my daughter's at, because your sister's on Friday and then my daughter's on the 23rd, man. So shout out to all the June birthdays in the house, man. Shout out to you, EJ. Let's see here. We're going down here. I be on 294 a lot, says Sheila. Yeah, I can't stand 290. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't stand any of these highways. Said you're by White Sox Stadium? Oh, you see, let me just say something before we get started. We don't call it the name that's been branded now. We still call it Comiskey if you a true Chicagoan. Okay? There's certain names that doesn't change in Chicago. We don't call it Willis Tower. It's the goddamn Sears Tower. Okay? We don't, was it Comerica Park, whatever it is? No, it's still Comiskey. All right? You know a real Chicagoan from Pipstone, Illinois, when you hear them janky names. Like, nah, what you talking about? I don't care who paid for that name. We don't respect you who paid that name for it. We still gonna call it what it is. You just wasted your goddamn name because we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shout out to White Sox Park on the South Side. You're over there by the 35th and everything. I used to live over there, EJ. I used to live on 42nd and King back in the day. So if you're by Comiskey, you're literally by my old neck of the woods, man. It's been like 20-something years. But yeah, man, I used to be out that way, man. 42nd and King. You know, the major street is 40. When you get off the highway on the Dan Ryan, you got to get off on 43rd. You get off on 43rd, and then you go down to King Drive. You make a left, and the first street is 42nd. You can't miss it because when you're on 43rd, you're going to see that goddamn J&J Fish. I know my neighborhood. Come on now. I know the way of the land. Yeah, let's go down here. Let's see. Hey, what's going on, Jay Walker? Jay Walker's in the building. Good to see you. T. Orlando said 3 strippers is enough. Hey. T. Orlando said it. Oprah will defend Tyler as she defended Harvey Weinstein. We're going to get into it, Thomas. He said, dude, Illinois, Dave. T. Orlando said, T. Caught it before he said, y'all blow me. Yeah, I did catch myself, because I knew someone like you, T. Orlando, going to be like, pause, Negro. Pause. Yeah. I got to drive aggressive on 294. Ain't no other way, Sheila. Ain't no other way but aggressive. So I don't like it. I grew up right across the street from Comiskey. Did you, Endor? Where? Oh, okay, hold on. Shout out to Comiskey Park and Sears Tower. It says, oh, you were not too far. Oh, you was on 35th and Federal. Okay, Endor. Hey. Like I said, I was on 42nd and King, not that far away. Shout out. Hey, you know what, Endor? I don't know how long ago you were on 35th, right? I would be shocked as hell if it was like 2001, 2002, and I saw you and you saw me and we didn't know each other, and you probably gave me a side eye saying, who the hell is this Negro? Who the hell is this nigga looking at me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, back then too, I was a Jehovah's Witness, you know? So you probably saw me when I was visiting and I had my book bag on. And you was probably saying, hell no, don't give me no sticking watchtower. I don't want to know about the end of the world coming. Hey, let me stop, Endor. I'm having too much fun when people know who've been around my old neck of the woods. T. Orlando says, we definitely getting a go-go dancer for the stream. Damn you, T. Orlando. He started up. I've been over there, traffic is hell, no doubt. So they trying to bump off R. Kelly, says Thomas. Yes, they are, man. They trying to get R. Kelly, man. They trying to do the dizzle. All right, guys, let's get started. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all showing up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all showing up. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all choose to be here, okay? Likes up in the building, TD&D Live Hump Day. Let's get into it, guys. Y'all see the title, right? You guys see the thumbnail. Tyler Perry is accused of this notion for $260 million. Can I be real, guys? I literally was going to do a live stream. Thank you, Endor. I was going to do a live stream on Tyler Perry's movie Straw. Before we get into that this all coincides because Tyler Perry's been trending for about 2 or 3 weeks now. He had a new movie that came out on Netflix about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago called Straw that stars Taraji P. Henson. I think Tiana Taylor's in the movie, and there's a few other people. Has anybody in the chat seen this new movie Straw? If you've seen it, press a 1 in the chat. I'm curious because I originally Tyler Perry is going to be part of, the storyline of what we got going on here. And I said to myself, I'm going to watch this movie because everybody's talking about it. But one day turned to two, two turned to three, three turned to four, five, etc. And each day that I didn't watch the movie to give a review, to come back to you guys, is because every time I go on social media, whether we're talking about X Twitter, I go on Facebook. Yes, I be on Facebook because of family and friends. I don't be engaging that often, but people who I know from back in the day, if I'm on Facebook, or IG, and I've been seeing the same rhetoric, family. I've been seeing the same thing every single day. The reason why I haven't watched the movie. Hey, what's going on, BT? He says my wife will not allow us to watch that movie in our house. Okay. Shout out to BT. Hey, if y'all ain't subscribed, if y'all here live or y'all part of the replay gang, if you guys are not subscribed to Broken Traditions channel, y'all need to go ahead and do that. My man, his wifey is spitting game to the FBA family, okay? We support ours here. So shout out to Broken Traditions, and if you haven't, support his channel, go ahead and subscribe, right? I was gonna review this movie, but every single day, I am constantly finding more vitriol, not from black men this time, guys. The vitriol is coming from black women. I have never seen so many black women who are mad, who are upset, who are disgusted, who are just flabbergasted at this movie that Tyler Perry dropped, Terrence Straw. And here's been the same sentiment that I've been seeing every day on social media. So Taraji P. Henson's a down and out woman. I guess she lose her job. Something happens with a man. She loses all her money. It's like in the first 13 minutes, Armageddon happened to her. And it seems like that is the sentiment of every single Tyler Perry movie, that black women are out here downtrodden, they're doing bad, the end of the world is happening, there's no hope, and then somehow, somewhere, there is some magical Negro that comes out of left field that goes ahead and saves the day. You know what I'm saying? And showing the resiliency of the black woman. But it's starting to get a little old here. Because how is it that every single goddamn Tyler Perry thing that he does is always some down and out black woman who don't know what to do with herself? And y'all black women out there who've been supporting Tyler Perry since I saw the first play back in 2005, y'all mad at him. And I was like, man, okay. Something's starting to trickle here because Tyler Perry's going to have to stop writing his own scripts. Because I don't know if you notice, guys, he writes every single script with the movies and TV shows. He has no writer's room. If you guys go to his Twitter account, I keep saying Twitter, I won't say X. If you guys go to his Twitter account, he is literally, you can see him post where he literally wrote like 40 scripts in a week. And he was all bragging about it. Look, people, I wrote all these scripts by myself. Be on the lookout. And I was like, that's not a flex, Tyler Perry, because if you write all the scripts by yourself and we've been seeing the same damn movie for 20 years, that means we're going to expect these next 40 scripts to be the same damn thing. EJ says it's the same old film over and over, so access denied to Tyler Perry. Yeah, man, it's the same old, same old. So I never got a chance to watch the movie. I was getting close to it, guys. Chat, I was getting close to it. I was getting close. Then all of a sudden, Friday evening, I heard about it, but it was just like out of sight, out of mind for me. Last night, it was not only the fact that somebody accused Tyler Perry. Hold on. I need y'all to turn y'all volume up. And a lot of y'all, I see my stats now, y'all put me on the big screen. Y'all put me on your TVs. A lot of y'all don't have me on y'all phones and y'all tablets anymore. Y'all watch me on the TV. I need y'all to turn your volumes up here for a second. I need y'all to turn the volume. What's going on, Kareem? Good to see you. You said it triggered me. God damn, man. You said Tyler Perry sold that shot in 4 days. Hey, I'm getting to that, BT. I need y'all to turn y'all volumes up here. Turn up just a little bit. Put it on TV. I do not watch anything Tyler Perry anymore unless I stumble across it on accident. Unless I have to force myself to. The only Tyler Perry movie that I actually watched that I enjoyed was The Family That Prays. And the only reason why I like that movie, because at the damn end, when Sanaa Lathan got the tar slapped out of her when she admitted that that was not that man's baby. She was married to Rock Dunbar's character for all those years. This dude raising the little ninja, and come to find out the little ninja ain't his. And when Sanaa had came out and says, no, he's a Cartwright. And when Rock Dunbar went, psst, and she went, and then remember she tumbled across the counter, right? Hey, I don't condone putting hands on women, but everybody that's a woman here can all agree that Sanaa Lathan deserved to get her whipped in that scene in the movie. That's the only time. That's how I ever watched a Tyler Perry movie. Like, I enjoy it. Your son is a Cartwright. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. That was classic. But let's get to the action that we're talking about right now. Because we know the rumors. We know the speculation. Likes up in the building. Tyler Perry has a hunkering for the bussy meat. I said it, allegedly. Allegedly. Tyler Perry has a hunkering, allegedly, has an appetite, allegedly, for bussy action. Ooh. Ooh. And here's the thing, guys. We see Tyler Perry, and he got some girl that he knocked up that had his baby, and everybody believes that this woman's a beard. Everybody believes that Tyler Perry ain't banged this black woman that bore his child. Everybody thinks that, nah, Tyler Perry has always been a hunkering for the bussy. We never see any women around him. When we see the women around him, he's acting like that's his girlfriends or his aunts and things of that nature. So, you know, like this allegation that we got here. Oh, hold on, Pooh, man. Why you gotta say, ain't no allegedly? Hey, Derek said the Boondocks right. Oh, before I forget, thank you, Derek. If you guys haven't had a chance to, you guys gotta go back online and pull up that Boondocks episode called Pause, where they made fun of Tyler Perry to the point where that they actually pulled that episode and you couldn't find it nowhere unless you owned the DVD box set. You couldn't find it anywhere, right? The episode was called Pause, and instead of his name was Tyler Perry, his name was Winston Jerome, right? And so Granddad was in the new Tyler Perry, the Winston Jerome play, and they always had Grandpa always greased up with baby oil, and the character was like, the Heavenly Father told me that I would be a savior to the black community while I'll have these big, juicy men out here that's to my disposal. I was like, God damn. Aaron Magruder, you savage. But remember at the very end, when Granddad, he thought, like after the opening night, and then Winston Jerome's like, hey, man, I just want some He was gonna get on his knees to blow Granddad. Y'all remember that? He was gonna get his knees to blow Granddad. Thank you, Derek, for bringing that up. They put it back in. Yeah, Derek, they did bring it back, but for like a good 5 years, if you didn't have the DVD, you couldn't watch. They were never played on. They never played on TV. Yeah, he did threaten Pooh, man. He did threaten. But back to the story at hand. This SA allegation, it's a little bit different than we normally see. Because normally when a man is accused of SA, we normally have the woman classified as Jane Doe, right? And I never liked that. I never agreed with that, because if a major allegations that's coming out that could put someone in jail for so many years or even life, and of course, depending on the lawsuits, so much money, then the other person making the allegation should be in the news too as well. Otherwise, both people should not be brought up, right? Let them handle their court costs. But every single time, we are always seeing Jane Doe, and we don't know none of the information, and then we'll see, the entertainer, especially our black entertainers, and then we'll get everything run down in the sun here. And the thing that always bothered me was like, Jay-Z, here's the thing. We had Jay-Z get the allegation last year, right? We got Diddy with the allegation, and not even, in court going on right now. You got Tyler Perry, you got R. Kelly and everything. The point I'm bringing out is that it's always our entertainers that has been front and center that they're trying to take down in Hollywood. Front and center. Now, we don't know. Here's the thing I will say here. Am I a fan of Tyler Perry? No, I'm not really a fan of Tyler Perry, right? But you know what I am? I'm a foundational Black American. And Tyler Perry is also a foundational Black American. And we got to understand that there's 43 million foundational Black Americans in the United States, give or take here. And I look at it as when one of ours is being put out there on Front Street, then we need to take heed and take notice. Now, yeah, he may got a hunkering for the bussy. That's not my get down, right? That is not my get down for the hunkering of the bussy. Hey, what's going on, Cree Cree? Thank you, PT. Don't forget Shannon Sharp. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, BT. Let me put that on there. Yeah, exactly. Don't forget Shannon Sharp. No matter how you feel personally about these Black entertainers, don't you find it ironic that they are all attacking them one by one in succession with months of gappage so that they're not throwing it all at once? It seems like it's almost an orchestrated event that we're seeing one by one by one by one by one. And I'm not here to support any negative or illegal activities. My thing is, why is it always us? Why is it always us? What's going on here, people? Say what you want about Diddy. That sounds like a freaky escapade. If anything, if Diddy goes to jail, so should Cassie. She number two. She number two in the game. Shannon Sharp was getting ready to sign a $100 million deal to really broadcast his podcast and all his network across the landscape. He started signing people to have their own podcast under his network, and all of a sudden, you got a little girl he been messing around with, and then boom, the sabotage is here. Now, I will say, it's some of this is on the man himself because your association is key. But just because you're associated somewhere doesn't mean that we should be losing 9 figures. Just because you may move around somewhere that you should be getting sued for SA, unless there's receipts, right? Unless there's receipts where we say, hey, man, I can't support that, man. Hey, man, you over here going too far. I can't support that. Unless there's videos like, hey, man, FBA all day. But if you're out here doing some jankiness, can't do it. Can't do it. Wait, before I go any further, let me go ahead. Shout out to Go Cree Cree coming in the game with the $5 holla, pushing the green plays, passing, because y'all in the church of TD&D, y'all, so I need y'all to keep passing these plays. What's going on, my girl Go Cree Cree? She's also a content creator, so if you're in the live chat or you're ninja watching, you see that name, go subscribe to her channel. She's FBA family too. She cooks, saying, hey, Dave, hey, family, I remember that Boondocks episode too. Oh, yeah, so watch that. Go ahead and watch that, man. Go ahead and watch that episode. Hey, Go Cree Cree. Hey, salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right back at you with that green super. Keep the place passing, people. Pass the place like they used to say. Shout out to James Brown. So, hold on, let me go. It's in the chat here. I see Cree Cree came in. Let's see here. I need to get caught up in the chat here. What's going on, First Man Gaming? It's been a minute. Hell yeah, man. Yes, Clifton. What's going on, Clifton? We are live, brother. We are live. You know, Epstein had a woman to do his recruiting just like Cassie. Thank you. Thank you, Clifton. That's for real. Medea's Family Reunion was the last movie I liked. I hear you. There you go. Thank y'all for posting Cree Cree's chat here. If y'all ninja watching, you're live, support my peoples. Okay. Thank you, Cree Cree, for the support. My thing is, we as Black Americans, we gotta make sure we bring this out properly, guys, because in this day and age right now that we're living in, people are misconstruing Black people. Not all Black people are the same. So for my commentary, I am directly speaking about Black Americans. I am speaking directly to foundational Black Americans. I am not disrespecting or dissing anybody from the Caribbean or from the African diaspora. But if you move like a tether, we call you a tether. But all immigrants are not tethers, but all tethers are immigrants. Remember that. All immigrants are not tethers, but all tethers are immigrants here. So when I speak on these matters here, I'm not including every single black person in diaspora because that's not the game we're playing in today, guys. That's not the game we're playing in today, guys. That is not the game we're playing in today, guys. You know, so when we speak on these matters here, I'm going to support the black American because we've always been downtrodden and always down the bottom, and we're always guilty to proven innocence. You know, unless there's receipts. If there's receipts, then you know what I say? Get that ninja. Get that ninja and get him out the paint. So with Tyler Perry here, he is being sued, not by a Jane Doe woman, not by a Jane Dan, whoever say, or a Joe Dan, whatever you want to call a dude, right? He is out here on Front Street, people. He's out here on Front Street. It's one of the actors that he hired for the show called The Oval. Thank you, John Doe. Thank you, First Man Gaming. John Doe. I don't know. I got to tell y'all right now, I have never, ever watched an episode of The Oval. I've seen a gang of commercials. And in all these commercials, all I see is nothing more than straight up dick nanigans. All I see is janky, the commercials, like I'll see like I'll turn the BET and I'll like see like the ending credits, just flip into the channels, and I always see some jankiness that's going on. And it's always some bussy action that's going on in the Oval. All his shows got a little bit of bussy action, you know? But here's what I want to do here right now with Tyler Perry here, because we don't know all the information, guys. Let me just put this out here. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. Only people who know everything is Tyler Perry and the dude that's accused him. I don't know the guy's name, but we'll pull up in a second. I forgot his name. I should have wrote it down. I apologize. But one of the things I have will pull up his name here, right? But before I get to a video to talk about more of the situation here, can I give you guys a teaser? Can I give you guys a teaser of what this guy is doing here? Because he's suing Tyler Perry for $260 million, $250 million for some bussy action. Yes, EJ, Tyler Perry clapping bussy. That's the allegation. But it's not just him clapping the bussy. Old dude said he assaulted him. He was being aggressive. He was making him feel uncomfortable. That started back in 2019. Let me tease this, guys. What's going on, Upper Man? Let me tease this here for you, because in his initial lawsuit, my man is dropping text messages. Oh, he's dropping text messages, guys. Before I get to the video that I want to play, because I'm not a legal expert. I'm not a legal beaver. I can only say a few things, but I'll let the legal beaver say their thing here. Can I show you some text messages that's been released already? Chat. Has anybody seen the text messages? And if you haven't seen them, do you guys want to see some text messages that was released last night to get the ball started? Press a 1 in the chat if you guys want to see these text messages. Now, we can't confirm if these are Tyler Perry's text messages, but the man being assaulted says these are the text messages from Tyler Perry. Guys, can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys want to see the text messages? Oh, I got one. Our Indoor says, Thomas says, okay, since that, okay, look at it. Indoor got the 1. First Man Gaming says it looks mutual to me. Okay, since we got the ones that come out, Jay Walker got, okay, cool. Let me show you some text messages. Let me get into this here. Let's do this. Hold on. Let me do this here. Let me go to the small box. Whoops, hold on. Oh, there he is, guys. This is Tyler Perry's accuser. It's a white guy. So not only does Tyler Perry allegedly has a hunkering for that good old-fashioned American bussy, he likes them white. He likes them white. This is him, guys. No Jane Doe. No concealed, identity. We know who he is. A working actor in the game here. EJ says, I honestly don't care. God damn, EJ. So check it out. Text message number one. Text message number one, guys. Here we go. Here's the first screenshot that we got here. Let's get into it. You see he got him labeled as TP for Tyler Perry here. Says, I can call you later or tomorrow sometime. Then here's a response from Tyler Perry. You have a really fresh voice and take on things. No, let me talk like Tyler Perry. Let me get into it. You have a really fresh voice and take on things. I don't know where this is going, but I left the entire time. I could see the world and the characters. My exclusivity ends in 30 days. I want to take it losing out to Amazon or Netflix. After that, engage his interest. But I also want to try and get you with the right people to help you make these shows work. They are not for my audience, but we need to find a home for this stuff. I don't want to miss another creek. You know what, Eugene? Brought that to the first, but I didn't get that. Hey, man, get here tomorrow. So he's got my full attention. I'll be trapped until the day after Christmas. So let's talk then. Hey, yo, the conversation is sounding kind of zesty right now, ain't it? Hold on, let's continue. Wow. I was worried that even liked it because it's a weird concept. So thank you. Oh, whoa, said right. And we just had a heaping dose of it now. And it's back to nothing. It's really weird. I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't had touching in months. Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people. Jacob, I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid, LOL. I guess the Jacob's dumbass version of me. Not boop, but blonde. Hey, come on, man. What's going on with these text messages here? Hold on here. What's going on with these text messages here? Yo, what's going on? Next screen. Hold on. You know what I cook, Derek? Spaghetti and cake. I'm so drunk talking. What kind of conversation's going on here? Hold on, let's keep it going here. What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact kind of car, Geo Metro. They talking about Geo Metros? What the hell's going on in these text messages, guys? Hold on. Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist, that's so cool. Where you came from? Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can be, man, the way you type these text messages are crazy. You can be half freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. Hey, man, what's going on with these text messages, Tyler Perry? What's going on here? Yo, EJ says pause. EJ says pause. Upper man says, I knew that boy wasn't cross-dressing for the fun of it. I knew that boy's legs was on the toilet. Hey, come on, man. Stop it, Upper man. We ain't done yet. I think there's another page here. Okay. More text messages, guys. More messages. Let's get back into it here. Let's talk about it. It says, nice. Santa Monica's nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? Is it stronger? You gotta have a strong no. Yeah, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to Illuminati. So her Kanye say that is real. Well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Just kidding. I hear you. Oh, God, this is getting horrible here. Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you, though, is sex, is in prison. So just stick to the no unless you really into him. Look at that emoji. I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You're missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Guys, hold on. I need to read that one more again. I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me. I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Well, It's not that this person, but yes, I want that too. I'm working on it. Therapy is helping. Oh my God. Hey guys, do y'all like my little voiceovers here? Cause I gotta get into it here. Do y'all like my little voiceovers? I'm trying to get into it here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, let me go back to the big box here. Big box, big box. That's all that was released so far. I wanted to get into that here. The one thing that we don't know for sure, if this is actually Tyler Perry's cell phone that he's interacting with here. But it's easy to get that taken care of because in a lawsuit like this, all they got to do is he gives his phone and show the messages and show the phone number. So when he sues and then they talk to the other lawyers, all they got to do is confirm is this or is this not Tyler Perry's phone number? Because it's not like a one-time call and so anybody could have got his phone and do something. We're looking at messages on top of messages on top of messages that was going on for years. Guys, this is not something that started this year or last year. This went back to 2019. Yeah, it's been that long, guys. 2019. Sheila says he sits when he pees. Goddamn, Sheila. Lord have mercy. So let's see him go back to the chat here. So guys, here's what I want to do here to talk about this here, because we all can have our opinions on the situation, right? And because we have opinions, because we don't know all the details. You know, we just heard this drop yesterday. It was filed on Friday. All we know is that throughout the years we've known Tyler Perry, him dressing up as Madea, you know, in all those movies, the cross-dress and all that stuff that's going on, we all assume that, hey, this man likes bussy. You know, it is what it is. He liked the bussy. Ain't no man gonna be dressing up in a damn wig and wearing fake boobs and pantyhose and stockings and big-ass flower dresses unless they really like it, right? They really, really like it, you know? And just when we thought that he was done playing the character Madea, because he said years ago he was retiring the character Madea, then Netflix gave him a call, and he's made like 6 Madea movies since then. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I want to do here, guys. I want to go to, is it Law? What's the channel called? It's called Law and Crime. We're gonna get the details of the lawsuit. Glory, hallelujah. Stop it, Sheila. Ain't no rest for the wicked, says EJ. We're gonna go to Law and Crime, right? Because we're gonna break down the whole lawsuit that we see fit here. I'm not a lawyer, but I say, let's let the lawyers break it down, right? Pooh Man says, Tyler is a pause because if he pays anything, he's guilty. And if he loses the case, he's guilty himself, and more people will come out for money. Hold on, before I get to the video, let me state this here. There is a possibility that no matter the outcome, Tyler Perry comes out even better. How? You may say, wait a minute, how? Like, how can Tyler Perry come out even better if this is actually true? Well, before I get to the video, let me just pose this in your head, guys. What if Tyler Perry pulls the banana in the tailpipe? What if he does reverse psychology with him being a billionaire, having so much resources to his disposal, people, places, things that he can actually go after? What if he has all the information and he might have some sort of level of guilt, and he can actually use that to go to the alphabet community, the LGBT, elemental key, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs team, right? And be like, I've been outed. They went ahead and put my sexual orientation against my will. I didn't take the bussy. It was natural bussy action. What if he comes out and with all the evidence and he says, I'm being outed negatively. I did not hurt this man. All I wanted to do, we sent the text messages, all I want to do is love this man, care for this man, look out for his career. I already got him in the Oval. Guys, I know this may sound twisted. I know this may sound evil. There is a world where that even if Tyler Perry is guilty, he could spin it to be innocent because the man is being outed, and the fact that he's being sued for $250 million, and knowing these cases, people settle for $5 or $10 million. You throw a big ass number to get the attention of the public, to get the media. You start high and then you come down low. But there's a possibility that if Tyler Perry says, I'm gonna live in my truth. I'm gonna be gay as hell. I'm gonna love this pussy. I'm gonna bend over a gang of dudes on a nightly basis, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it. Pause. This ain't me talking. This is Tyler Perry talking. This could be his opportunity to say, yay, I'm free. Hello, I'm free. Y'all don't get it. He may use this to his advantage, and then he would have the Rainbow Coalition on his side saying, no, we can't allow our, people to be outed in a negative fashion. If they will out Tyler Perry, what happens to the young man who's 19 years old, who has, dealing with anxiety and stress, and he may want to delete himself one day? We need Tyler Perry for a role model, for our presence. I know what I said here is a bunch of horse but it can happen. If I'm thinking like this, you can't tell me that Tyler Perry's people ain't thinking about this. I know, First Man Gaming, big pause. I know. Clifton says, I wonder how much was he paid compared to other support actors? Well, Clifton, we're going to get it. I'm glad that you asked that, Clifton, because in the video that we're going to play here, we're going to react to it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this man. Did he or did he not get a raise? Hold on, y'all. Let's just get to it here. I'm tired of talking. I want y'all to hear from Legal Beavers, and then I'm going to talk some more. Let's get cooking here. Let's bring it up here, y'all. Let's go. Fair use. Fair use. If they ding me for this, just wait and then we'll come back up. Fair use. Let's get it going, y'all.
Director and film titan Tyler Perry is the latest celebrity to be accused of sexual assault. We got our hands on a new lawsuit filed Friday in Los Angeles Superior Court by an actor named Derek Dixon, who starred on one of Perry's hit shows. We want to break down this lawsuit and what it could mean for—
Hold on, let me pause that for a second, guys. Real pause in real time. Thank you. I'm glad I brought this video up. His name is Derek Dixon. So if there's any Tyler Perry fans out there, if you know who he is, if you watch The Oval, I think he was in another show or movie as well. The man's name is Derek Dixon. No John Doe, no Jane Doe. We got pictures, we got the name, we know who he is. This is not no silence of the accuser here. It's all on Front Street with straight up bussy boy action. Now let's continue.
For the movie mogul. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. Is his production studio. That studio is called TPS Production Services, LLC. That stands for Tyler Perry Studios in Action, LLC. And he is looking for $260 million. Dixon, who portrayed a lead role in Perry's show called The Oval, is claiming 10 causes of action for the civil suit. Quid pro quo sexual harassment, work environment sexual harassment, workplace gender violence, violation of the Bain Act, a California law that protects against violation of someone's civil rights through force or coercion, sexual battery, sexual assault, negligent retention, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and retaliation. Let's get into this lawsuit. The complaint starts off by saying, quote, This case arises from a sustained pattern of workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul, against plaintiff Derek Dixon, a professional actor and screenwriter. Mr. Perry is an American actor, filmmaker, and playwright who has built one of the most successful careers in the film and television industry. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, sexually exploitive dynamic with Mr. Dixon, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show, only to subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on the Tyler Perry show, The Oval, and while Mr. Perry held direct control over his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities. This lawsuit even compares Perry to some other infamous celebrities who have been called out for their behavior in the past. Quote, just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes, and many others in the industry, Mr. Perry's success has led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants. According to the...
Wait. Let me let that breathe for a second, guys. I'm seeing y'all in the chat right now. Let me let that breathe. What's going on, Lou? Lou in the building. South the haven't seen you in a minute. Says he got more charges than Diddley D. Yes, look at y'all. I want to let that marinate for a second, right? Look at y'all. Y'all tripping right now. Look at that. EJ tripping. Yo, shout out to EJ here. These are the allegations. They're basically comparing him to Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, all the other diddlers in the game right now. This is huge, guys. This is huge. But the thing is that as we get into this here, what we need to find out here is this strictly a civil suit, or did Mr. Derek here, hey, Derek, I might mix Derek up. Derek Gaines. Hey, Derek, are you the one who's getting diddled by by Tyler Perry? You know we always got jokes for Derek here, but this the white Derek, right? Did he go to the police? We got to ask this question. We get on women, pause, because they will file lawsuits and don't go to the police to get it investigated, get the man locked up behind bars. So I'm kind of curious here. The one thing I have not heard yet since this news break was, did Mr. Derek, did he call law enforcement? You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? It's Way. It's good to see you. So let's keep it going here. Let's find out more.
The lawsuit. Dixon was working as part of an event staff at a party that Perry was hosting in Atlanta when Perry noticed him and offered him the chance to audition for a part in one of his hit TV shows. Before we get back to this bombshell lawsuit involving Tyler Perry, I want to bring you a later die eligible since weren't pay description.
Fast forward this here.
Then he returned to his event staff job, through which he was hired to work at Perry's parties in places like Los Angeles and Jackson Hole, Wyoming. As Dixon spent more time with Perry, he says that Perry would flirt with him through text messages, and his advances became more aggressive. Dixon claims that he was invited to Perry's Georgia home, where he and Perry drank together. When Perry told him he was too drunk to drive and offered him his guest bedroom, Dixon says he accepted. But then he claims that while he was asleep, Perry climbed into bed with him and tried to initiate sex. Dixon says...
Hold on. Let that breathe, guys. Let that breathe. Tierland don't believe it. Tierlando says, I don't believe this is here. So he said that he was too drunk to drive back home. So Tyler offers his room up, and then Tyler is creeping in the middle of the night. Oh, hold on. Let's continue.
As he tried to distance himself from Perry, but he was offered a role on Perry's show, The Oval. The lawsuit then reads, Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Tyler Perry's sexual aggression while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with the sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would die in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest at the end of his first season on The Oval, and Perry always held this over Dixon's head, implying that Dale would survive if Dixon kept Perry, quote, happy. According to the complaint, Perry had made it clear to Dixon that he would kill characters in order to get an actor to be loyal or obedient.
Hold up. Pause here. I don't want things to go over the head here. T. Orlando's not feeling this here. So trying to initiate sex is SA. This is why we have a legal mind here. Guys, y'all, if you see T. Orlando in other chats and other live streams, people may think this man's a troll, but he is arguably probably the smartest legal mind that you're going to find in this side of the Mississippi here. He knows what he's talking about. Just because he be clowning in the chats, T. Orlando knows what he's talking about here, being the legal beaver that he is here. So we're getting a lot here, guys, from this allegation. T. Orlando says, what are you saying here? An LA attorney told me a long time ago, the difference between sexual harassment and flirting is whether the person finds you attractive. Okay, T. Orlando has the legal hat on. He's already trying to break this down here. Go Krieger says, I can actually believe that. Okay, we got a lawyer says, no, I don't believe it. We got Go Krieger says, nah, I'm thinking Tyler's on this mess here. Erroneous, what's going on? Saying Tyler Perry and the Bussy Chronicles. I like that one. If I do any more Tyler Perry streams, we're just going to title it the Bussy Chronicles. I like that one, Erroneous. See, invisible man sleeping in your bed, who you going to call? You going to call? Oh, okay. We need to hear more, guys. We need to hear more. Pooh Man says, I can believe it. We got a mixed crowd, guys. We got people who believe Tyler Perry allegedly could be doing these bussy activities. T. Orlando's coming from the legal mind here and they're saying something is not adding up here. You know what I'm saying? And Grits and Bacon is back in the building saying, Booty Bandit. Hey, man, Booty Bandit in the house. All right. Clifton's asking the question. So you're thinking Ugly Man is always guilty of harassment? That is so wrong. Oh, okay. The chat's getting into it now. What are you saying here, Lou? Tyler Perry and Jamal Bryant never cease to surprise me. Hey, man. Hey, that's a good one there. You're right about that one. Let's get back into it, guys. Let's get more details. We're not playing hearsay. This is actually in the affidavit. Let's go.
During the pandemic, Dixon says Perry convinced him to stay in one of the houses that was part of Tyler Perry's studios, quote, in or around April of 2020. And while Dixon was living in the studio homes on set, Perry often coerced Dixon to drink alcohol and then get on the phone with Perry. Perry would frequently have someone drop off alcohol at Dixon's door. What? Perry would eventually turn these phone calls into sexually explicit rants. Perry would get frustrated with Dixon and tell Dixon that he was not giving Perry, quote, what he needs. Dixon's refusal to succumb to Perry's sexual advances caused Perry to be ever more frustrated. Eventually, Perry warned Dixon that if Dixon told his castmates about the harassment, Dixon would be opening himself up to lots of, quote, questions and foolishness, and demanded that Dixon not discuss any of their conversations with his castmates.
Hold on, let me pause that here. So one thing that I didn't talk about when we was going over, I don't miss any points. So part of the allegations here, guys, and T. Orlando help me out as far as the law's concerned here, that you may find some of this actually, that's damning to Tyler Perry, that him using his authority as a boss to, quote unquote, kill people off shows to keep them loyal. So basically what the complaint is saying here is that if Tyler Perry feels that you're not complying to what he wants, whether you want to do it or not, or some essay or not, whether you're doing it against your will or not, if you don't do what he says, he would just write you off. Basically, he'll just kill your character, keep it moving, get yourself a new goddamn job. Now, knowing that allegation, T. Orlando, I just need to know from a lawyer standpoint of a boss and an employee, using that hierarchy to say, if you don't do what I want to do here, you're going to lose your job. This is how we're going to play you here. Just kind of curious of that part of the aspect here, T. Orlando. Oh, Damn, he's fast. Look at this here. It says Title VII only applies to employer-employee relationships. However, I suspect actor-producers is contractor relationship. Ooh, see, guys? I don't know anything about, see, as soon as he said that, that makes it like contract and employee. Those are two different, employee statuses there, right? Wow. Shout out to T. Orlando. See, we're going to hear both sides of the story. This is why I love my chat. This is why I love my chat. We're going to have people saying, nah, Dave, talk about that bussy action, right? And I know T. Orlando doesn't like Tyler Perry like this, but my man has a job to do, and this is what he does every day here. Shout out, he got one more thing. It says Section 1981 doesn't apply to sexual harassment, only racial discrimination. Hey, this is why I got you in the chat, T. Orlando. But hey, do y'all disagree with T. Orlando? Let's keep it playing here. There's a lot more we're dropping here, guys. Let's get it going.
Dixon's lawsuit also listed out some of the sexual commentary by Perry that Dixon claimed he experienced while filming The Oval in 2020. This is what he says that Perry told him. Dixon said that Perry told him, quote, that he liked being choked. That was after Dixon's character was choked by a cast member in a scene on The Oval. Perry also allegedly said, why do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? When will you be thick again? I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel sorry for the first person who flirts with me, and I've been trying to put that energy somewhere else, but everything is sexual on this stuff.
Hold on. Big box. Woo. We gotta let that digest, guys. Question. Does Dixon ever state that he wasn't interested in the advancements? Good point here, Manish Ways. We haven't heard him, like, throughout all this is going on. One thing that I have not heard, brother, is the fact that was there any engagement after he's saying that Tyler basically propositioned him? Like, if Tyler Perry came in that bedroom that night when he was too drunk, I can't drive. Oh, I can't drive. Oh, man, I've been drinking these old fashions, and I'm a little liquored up. I know I'm twice the legal limit. And Tyler says, don't worry about that. I got the house here for you. I got the bedroom for you. Then when Tyler slides into that bedroom, guys, I need y'all to get the visual. I know I'm going too far. You've been saying, Dave, you're going too far. But with all this, we got to get the visual. When Tyler Perry comes into the room and says, hey, how's it going, Derek? How you doing? I know the alcohol ain't sitting right with you, but you need a little help? You need a little assistance? Yeah. How do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? When will you be thick again? I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel like for the first person who flirts with me, I've been trying to put that energy somewhere else, but everything is sexual on this stuff. Ooh. It's a lot, guys. It's a lot. Derek, you can't change the conversation. I'm not talking sports. Sorry. You can't do that to me, Derek. No disrespect. You can't bring sports when we're talking Tyler Perry here. That would really, I'm not trying to be mean. That's going to ruin the flow of the show. All right? I know Tyler was at the Diddy parties for sure. How you got that much money and begging from Peen, Erroneous says. What's going on, Peter? Clifton says, I just need to know if TP kept some baby oil in that guest bedroom. Hey, Clifton, when you're Tyler Perry, let me tell you this right now. I bet you he's prepared in every bedroom. Hey. I can't change the subject, Derek. I cannot change the subject, brother. Don't Ohio State. This is Tyler Perry. No Ohio State, brother, okay? Just keep it a buck here. I can't lose my frame. I can't lose the frame here. Let's get back to it here. Let's get back to it, guys.
The lawsuit also contained numerous text messages from Perry to Dixon, some of which seem to have been sent when Perry was intoxicated. And if Dixon didn't respond according to the complaint, Perry would hound him. Dixon also claims the harassment turned physical. Quote, on multiple occasions, Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon. Mr. Dixon told a drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrists. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject.
We got to pause that here, guys. Exactly, Peter. I had to pause that. Exactly, Peter. I had to pause that right there. T. Orlando says that Dave Chappelle said, as a grown man, I've never thrown out an empty bottle of baby oil. Hey, man, hound him or pound him. Yo, Thomas says, the Legion of Bussy, starring P. Diddy, a.k.a. the Diddler, Tyler Perry, a.k.a. the Booty Bandit, and R. Kelly, a.k.a. the Pisser. God damn. Okay, what's the alleged claim? Although the allegation sounds bad, what is the theory of recovery? Man, hey, T. Orlando's going deep now on this, guys. This is why I actually text T. Orlando ahead of time, because I would hope that he would bring this to the forefront here. Thank you for that, T. Orlando. And he's saying, Creaker says, and everybody said Christian Keys was lying, but he said the exact same thing about TP back in 2023. Hey, no, go Creek. You are right. I almost forgot about that, about Christian a couple of years ago. He came out there and said all this stuff, Creek. You're right. And then for like a few weeks, it was a firestorm, and then we didn't hear anything ever again. Great point, Go Creek. Great point, guys. Hold on. Let me rewind this part again, and we gotta play this out here. One more again, guys. One more again.
Claims the harassment turned physical. Quote, on multiple occasions, Mr. Perry sexually assaulted Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Dixon. Mr. Dixon told a drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hands, but Mr. Perry held tightly onto Dixon's wrists. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. The day after the assault, Mr. Perry called and texted Mr. Dixon relentlessly, saying, "Tried you, call me, and I really need to talk to you. Please call me as soon as you can." And finally, when Mr. Dixon answered Tyler Perry's call, Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the sexual assault while blaming it on other things. Perry continued, quote, he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On the very same call where he apologized for the sexual assault against Dixon, Perry told Dixon, quote, and don't worry, we're going to do your show, referring to the pilot that Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer saying that Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actor on the show about Dixon's raise because no other actors were getting a raise, only Dixon. Later in the lawsuit, Dixon's lawyers write, in or around April 2022, before beginning to shoot the next season of The Oval, Perry called Dixon to discuss the June 2021 sexual assault. On the phone call, Perry lectured Dixon about how Dixon was overreacting to the sexual assault because of prior sexual assaults in Dixon's life. Perry said that there was a misunderstanding and miscommunication and that Dixon needed to say no stronger. In other words, Perry blamed Dixon for the sexual assault, claiming that Perry felt that Dixon's no was really a yes because Dixon did not say no strongly enough. Dixon says he finally, quote, woke up to the fact that Perry was allegedly stringing him along about working with him on his own show to keep him around to be sexually harassed. In 2024, Dixon reported Perry's alleged conduct.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to pause it here. I'm sorry. When they pull up Tyler Perry's face like this, does this look like a guilty man? I'm not saying guilty of SA. I'm not saying guilty of SA. I'm saying this man is guilty for the hunkering of bussy. Come on, screenshot this, y'all. Hold on. Let me take myself out of the shot for a second. All right, y'all got a screenshot there. I'm not saying that he's guilty of SA. I'm just saying, when they put this picture up of him, he looked like he's like, yes, I want the booty. I want the booty. I'm taking your booty. I'm going to bend over that booty. I'm going to karate-size that booty. I'm going to do everything to that booty. And I'm going to say it in my Madea voice every single moment that we're alone because, damn it, I love you. Hey, man, you can't tell me he's saying, I'm going to suck some balls. Stop, Dave. Bad day. Bad day. Bad day. I shouldn't have done that. Bad day. Sheila says the booty warrior. Hey, doesn't that look like the booty warrior? Okay, let's get back to it, guys. I'm just saying, I'm looking at this shot here, and man, Tyler, come on. You got to take better pictures. No more Photoshops like this here, okay? What's going on, Mad Dog? Hey, Tyler Perry, you're next. God damn, man. That's wild. Hey, before I click play again, shout out to MOP. Let me get this out the way here. Shout out to MOP. What's going on, MOP? MOP's in the building, dropping the $2 holla, pushing the blue plates here, man, showing y'all support, man. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods, MOP. Thank you for the support and love. He dropping the $2 holla, says, Pearl's Clutch. Was he hosting parties with Diddy? Hey, man, who knows? Who knows, MOP? Maybe. Hey, MOP. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Right back at you with that super blue plates passing, baby. Show y'all support. Thank you. I appreciate that, MOP. Hope it's good in your neck of the woods. All right, guys. What's going on, Divine? Good to see you. Man, good to see you, Divine. Let's get back to the video, guys, because there's more. This ain't no one-page complaint. There's a lot more. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's go.
To the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. According to the lawsuit, after reporting the sexual harassment, defendants, which is Perry and his studio, did not make any investigation into the complaint and did not take any steps to prevent further harassment from occurring. Because defendants took no action to prevent further assault or harassment, Dixon had to quit his job working on the last season of The Oval. Dixon did so even though he was under contract to finish filming and stood to make close to $400,000. Dixon did not want to be sexually harassed or be placed in danger of a sexual assault again.
Hold on. But wait, before we continue, I don't want to miss this here. He quit. He quit. He wasn't fired by Tyler Perry. I was thinking initially when this all came about that he worked in the Oval, that when everything hit the fan, that maybe, we're seeing the allegations and then, he rolled and killed them off here. No. What does it say here? It says Dixon, quote unquote, had to quit his job working on the last season of the Oval. Dixon did so even though he was under contract to finish filming and stood to make close to $400,000. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. Shout out to my man Clifton in the building. Clifton's coming through with another $2 holla, supporting the grind. What's going on, bro? With the blue plate passing, saying, looks like he's holding a wad of spit in his mouth. Damn, Clifton. Hey, Clifton. Hey, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And right back at you with that blue super. Keep them passing, guys. Keep them passing. That's a lot, guy. He quit his gig. I thought initially, guys, I'm just going to be real. When you hear the news and you hear all the stuff that's coming out, I thought initially that Tyler Perry had killed him off. He quit the game, y'all. He left money on the table, T. Orlando. He left money on the table because he was tired of his bussy getting grabbed. He was tired of his bussy being assaulted. He was tired of bending over for Tyler Perry, allegedly. He said no more. T. Orlando, he said no more. I don't want the $400,000 salary. No more. I don't want to be grabbed. I don't want to be drunk at your house. I don't want to be drunk in your house in your guest bedroom and you sneak in the room. That's wild, ain't it? I'm tired of you trying to take me down. I'm tired of you saying, get on your knees, Derek. I don't want to get on my knees no more, Mr. Perry. Or Madea, or whatever you want to call you. I don't want to do these things. Hey, it's getting real in the streets here. Okay, T. Orlando says the fact that there was a contract suggests TP was not an employer, which means Title VII does not apply and there's no legal claim. Ooh. Okay. This is getting deep here, T. Orlando. This is getting deep. This is getting deep here. It's getting deep. Hey, I'll get your super in a second, Erroneous. Let me continue the video here. I'll get you in a moment.
Defendant then retaliated against Dixon. Defendant told Dixon if he quits and told the other actors why he quit, he would be in breach of his contract. Defendants told Dixon that the only way out was to portray his departure from the show as a medical leave due to the emotional distress caused by the sexual harassment.
Hold on, T. Orlando, I need you to analyze this for me, brother. They're saying here, the defendant told Dixon that if he quit and told other actors why he quit, he will be in breach of contract. My lawyer, studious mind. I need to know if this allegation is some form of blackmail. That's just me off the top of my head. It sounds like blackmail that he's alleging right now. I don't know. You are smarter than this and me here. Let's continue.
Instead, defendant made the leave of absence unpaid and therefore terminated plaintiff's employment, causing Dixon additional loss of income and insult. But Tyler Perry is fighting back. In a statement, an attorney for Perry reportedly said the allegations are a, quote, scam. The attorney went on to say, we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. The attorney, who according to TMZ is identified as Matthew Boyd, said in full, this is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. Joining us now is...
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Down, and we are confident.
I'm not playing a part. I'm just... Big box. Hold on, let me go to the big box. I rewind it back because why they got this man holding some goddamn balloons? If this is not the producer saying, we need you to find the gayest picture that you can find of this man. And what do they find? Him holding balloons like, yes, y'all. Hey, come on, man. Why did they go find this picture of the balloons? You see a grown man with balloons, you know the first indication is, it's bussy time. They wrong for this one here. They wrong for bussy time here, right? Shout out to my man Erroneous E with the $5 holla pushing the green plates, passing, saying he's not gonna fight this. He's gonna PR this and settle out of court. Oh, you think about that, Erroneous? Okay. Hey, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Right back at you. With that green plate. Y'all can show y'all support too. Green plates, blue plates, everything. I appreciate that. Hey, let me hear T. Orlando's response to why I asked him here. Shout out to T. Orlando saying, retaliation only applies if Dixon engaged in protected speech and there was a tangible employment action after. But if he already quit, there could be no subsequent tangible employment action. God damn. T. Orlando, you're actually smart. T. Orlando, I don't care what Fanas says about you anymore. You're actually a smart man. I never thought that all the times I talk to T. Orlando and the dude, if you guys see how T. Orlando texts me and everything, and then now I'm seeing these comments here, man, you sound like a college graduate. Calvin's got a job. Shout out to Calvin. T. Orlando. Yo, T. Orlando's actually a smart Negro. Yo, he ain't out here on Section 8. He ain't out here scamming like these Nigerian tethers out here. T. Orlando actually doing God's work. Hey, I gotta stop messing with T. Orlando, man. All right, Jay Walker says, holding balloons, looking back at it. Hey, thank you, Jay Walker. Jay Walker, look at that picture with the balloons. You can't tell me that don't look right. Says, Dixon sued for $260 million for what? You know what, though? That's a good point that you brought up there, brother. The fact that this is all going on right now, and his last name is Dixon. Derek Dixon. Dixon? What's going on, Ty Pro? Good to see you. Yeah. Let's get back to this here, guys. Let's get back into it now.
confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. Joining us now is former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, Nima Rahmani. Thank you for taking the time, as always, to be with us here on Law and Crime. I know we're still gathering information about exactly what Derek Dixon is accusing Tyler Perry of, but from what we know right now, how strong of a case does it seem that he has?
Chris, thanks for having me. Really breaking news today. Bombshell lawsuit against Tyler Perry, and information is coming in. But it does seem to be a strong case, at least in terms of the text messages. Sometimes in these sexual harassment cases, really the harassing behavior happens behind closed doors, and it's a he said, or he said, she said, or she said type situation. But text messages are fantastic, whether you're a prosecutor or a civil plaintiff's lawyer like I am. And looks like Dixon may have the receipts in this case.
Hold on, T. Orlando. I need your rebuttal on this, T. Orlando. You said a lot, right? I'm using T. Orlando here for legal advice here, guys. Y'all can coincide here, too, to bring this in here. He's saying, T. Orlando, because the text message that I read in the beginning of the live stream here, you know, I can bring them back up again, T. Orlando, if you missed that. These text messages is pro for Derek Dixon. All right? Thank you, Pooh Man. Fair use. Fair use. Let me scroll back. What y'all see in the chat here? T. Orlando, the federal prosecutor knows nothing of sexual harassment suits. Oh, damn. You answered that question before I even got started, T. Orlando. Okay. You're saying a federal prosecutor does not practice in labor and employment law. Oh, you shooting him down already. Damn. T. Orlando's on the job here, y'all. Says Rainbow, last name being Dixon, and some strange irony. Yes, it is erroneous. This guy doesn't know anything about what is required to prove a Title VII claim. Damn, T. Orlando. See, guys, you're not getting this anywhere here but in TDD Live here. Shout out to my man T. Orlando. Because most people will talk about things like this on their own understanding. I'm going to get an expert to talk about these legal matters here, all right? I ain't going to guess, well, Title VII, Title VIII, Title 34. T. Orlando's like, nigga, ain't no Title 34 for this case here. Stop your capping. You sound like a tether right now. See, you're not going to get this anywhere else because not only am I going to ask questions, we're going to find out from someone who's on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Matter says, again, did he ever tell TP to stop with the advancements? That's a good point here, man. It's like, we're not hearing anything right now that suggests, hey, man, I told him to stop. Only thing we hear is Tyler Perry just keep on coming, keep on coming, keep on coming. And the ninja is probably keeping on coming on him. And he's coming on him. Oh, bad day. You guys get the idea, right? I have not seen one yet, man, ways of him saying, hey, I ran away from Tyler. Maybe I missed that, guys. If y'all saw it, let me know. Let's continue.
Yeah, he's looking for $260 million. Even though Tyler Perry is a billionaire, that's still, in terms of net worth, just from what I've been reading online, $260 million is a lot of money. What does that tell you? And when someone sues someone, like in this instance, it's not a criminal case, and you're looking for a specific amount of money, what goes into determining what that is?
Yeah, lawyers can say all sorts of things. Really, ultimately, what matters is what they ask the jury for. So they can ask for less or more during closing arguments. So I usually put that aside. It gets a lot of good headlines, but I can't imagine this case being worth 9 figures. Sexual harassment is wrong. No one should be subject to it. And sometimes you get these nuclear verdicts or runaway juries, but I can't imagine a case like this going for that amount, even though, like I said, I don't condone any of this behavior.
No, and Derek Dixon, he has some text messages that that very much show. I mean, if Tyler Perry was someone who was supposed to be professionally his boss, that was going to open up career opportunities, it's not something that a boss would be allowed to say to an employee if that was their relationship. When it comes to this case, what's the bar that Derek Dixon would have to prove in court to get money from Tyler Perry?
So there's a few different claims, and they're all very serious. I'm not trying to downplay any of this. There's a sexual assault, right? Grabbing his buttocks, pulling his underwear down. That's pretty serious stuff. And then you have sexual harassment. What I say is really the worst kind of sexual harassment, which is the quid pro quo. That means, hey, if
you're wrong, Jay Walker,
perform sexually, I will help your career. And if you don't, I'm going to retaliate. And the argument here is that Dixon was going to be written off the show if he didn't comply with these sexual demands. So You know, when you go to law school or really study employment law, that is the textbook quid pro quo sexual harassment, this for that. You give me something, you get a benefit, and if you don't, you're going to be punished.
Wait, before we continue, guys, let me get to my man Erroneous. He's back again in the holla here. He dropped another $2 holla, pushing the blue plates. Man, I appreciate the support, Erroneous. What you got for me in this holla? He's saying, for $260, did Tyler get to hit it at least once? Damn. Hey, man. Hey, brother. Hey, Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Right back at you with that disrespectful holla. Yo, you run out disrespectful as hell. I get it, though. I had to pause for a second. I looked at the super. I was like, oh, hell no. He's like, 200. I see you said a couple. It's like 260 million. Like, Erroneous, like, Erroneous didn't realize how much the suit was, right? He was thinking, oh, I can see it. Hey, Dave's online right now. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, Tyler Perry getting sued. Oh, this is crazy. Wait. 260? Did he hit it at least once? Did he get a little hunkering before it went down? Did he get to touch the chest hair? Ew. Got a little bit too descriptive, guys. A little bit too descriptive here. Did he at least cop a feel on that chest? All right. The times that he snuck in the bedroom, did he give Derek the soul pole? That's what we got to find out here. When he was sneaking around, did he give Derek the soul pole? Hey, man. Ty says these lawsuits keep coming out. We're going to start seeing more out-of-town shooters. Hey, come on, man. Oh, my God. Okay. Let's let it play out some more, guys. We're getting more details. Shout out to everybody in the building. Likes up here. Appreciate everybody that's been dropping the hollers, and we're all talking about this here. Hey, man, there's a lot going on. We know it's an allegation. We know it's 2 men involved here. We're just trying to get to find out what exactly really happened here. So let's continue to see what we got here going now.
And Tyler Perry, I mean, he is an institution in Hollywood. He's not the type of person, if you were an actor, that you would want. You wouldn't want to be on his bad list. Their relationship started around 2019. The most serious incident, according to what we know thus far, is that incident where he was said he was only having, Derek Dixon said he was staying at Tyler Perry's guest house in Atlanta. He was only wearing underwear, and Tyler Perry apparently pulled his underwear down. That was back in 2021. It's now 2025. What do you make of the timeline that it took for Derek Dixon to come forward with these allegations, if they're true?
Wait, before he answers here. So, AT Orlando, he's saying that he forcibly brought his draw off down in 2021. Tyler Perry's a big guy. Guys, visual here. Big box. Put me in a big box. Real second, before he answers this question, big box. Could y'all imagine big-ass 6'6" Tyler Perry? And I'm going to make this even worse right now. What if he showed up in a Madea dress, in a Madea wig? How you doing? Shows up in the bedroom late at night, 2 a.m., 2:30. You going to give me them draws. How you doing? Pull down them Fruit Looms. My bad. Bad Dave. I shouldn't have done that. But what would you guys do if you were in Atlanta? You're an actor. Can't say actress in this scenario. Sorry, it's for the fellas, unfortunately. Ladies, you can sit this one out here, unfortunately. Indoor, you got to sit this one out. Sheila, you got to sit this one out. All my FBA sisters, and everybody, ladies, y'all got to sit this one out here, right? This is for the fellas only. What would you do? You got hired by Tyler Perry. Dream come true. You're doing the damn thing. You on BET, you on Netflix, everybody sees you around, and then all of a sudden, 6'6" Tyler Perry shows up. You've been drinking one too many old fashions. That's what I drink. I drink that brown. You know what I'm saying? And then Tyler Perry says, you gonna drop them Fruit Looms. Now, Tyler Perry's 6'6". What you gonna do? What you gonna do? T. Orlando says, I litigated these claims for years. Based on the allegations, There are defenses to all those claims, and most will survive a motion to dismiss. God damn. Okay, the claims are sexual harassment, workplace violence, essay, negligent retention, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Oh, I got T. Orlando working today, y'all. I got T. Orlando working. All right, guys. I'd let y'all know how would y'all feel, men, if that was Tyler Perry coming at y'all. Ty Pro said it's gonna be Madea goes to hell real quick. Hey, come on, man. Let's keep it going. Let's hear a little bit more about this, guys.
Well, that's one of the arguments the defense always makes, right? Is, well, if you were sexually assaulted or harassed, why did you stay? Why didn't you report it right away? What I love as the plaintiff's lawyer is a contemporaneous report. So hopefully they have that. And I understand he's been getting therapy since 2020. So if he mentioned this to his therapist, that would certainly be helpful. In addition to the text message evidence that we had. Sometimes victims don't want to come forward, right? You're talking about a rich and famous individual. And look at what's happened. Perry's lawyer came out and said, this guy's lying.
I'm sorry, what? Yo, where did Law and Crime get these screenshots? I'm sorry to stop it here. I'm going to let it play here. Yo, where are they getting these screenshots? They are diabolical. We got the balloons. We got him saying, hold up. I didn't steal the pussy. I asked kindly. Hey, come on. They need to stop with these screenshots here. He's like, hold up. I did not steal pussy. I kindly asked for it, and he gave it away. Hey, come on, man. I'm sorry. These screenshots are killing me right now. Shout out to the Law and Crime web YouTube channel.
He's lying. This is a shakedown. This is extortion, right? They always go after the victim. And we don't know if the allegations are true in this case or not, but very few sexual harassment cases are reported or litigated, and oftentimes the harassers, they get away with it. So, if you read the lawsuit in this case, it's definitely meant for public consumption. It has those text messages embedded in, and it starts by comparing Tyler Perry to the Harvey Weinsteins and Diddy's of the world. And I'm not saying we've gotten that far, but those are serious sex trafficking, sexual assault allegations. Sexual harassment is wrong, and there is some sexual assault certainly alleged in this case, but sometimes people don't want to come forward because if you're a victim, you're going to have to really tell your story in a very, very public way. What is interesting, though, is under California law, he could have filed as a John Doe or a Jane Doe, and he chose not to. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, what does that tell you? Because in some ways, I could see if I was the defense to say Derek Dixon wants some notoriety. He's not a household name.
Hey, T. Orlando, I see you've been going ham today. Thank you very much, brother. He probably threatened suit for money. TV attorney told him that he can beat the case, and TV decided the shakedown was more than the legal fees. Appreciate that, T. Orlando. Appreciate that. I'm kind of curious here. T. Orlando brought a good point about the year 2019, guys. 2019, and talk about the statute of limitation here. So there's a lot that's going on here, and basically what we're seeing here is a possible shakedown. But wait, so what are you saying here, Thomas? Tyler does look sus. You can always file as John Doe. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's continue, guys. Appreciate that.
Name. He hasn't been in a lot of high-profile shows. He was in a couple Tyler Perry shows, but if you're the defense, and do you look at that he didn't file as a John Doe and say, look, this is proof that this was a shakedown, which is the term that they've used?
Look, it's interesting. Obviously, the fact that he didn't file as a John Doe, that's not an argument that the defense can make. But really, and I've sued a lot of celebrities. I'm sitting here in Hollywood right now. I've represented some, but sued a lot more. So I've handled a lot of cases like this. Most of the time, the victims will come in, and when I explain what a lawsuit entails, they have pause, right? Like, oh my God, people are going to come after me. They're going to drag me on social media. They're going to call me a liar. I'm never going to work again in Hollywood, right? After making an accusation like this. And then I tell them, there are certain circumstances where you can file as a Jane Doe or a John Doe. And most of the time, the victims do want to avail themselves of that protection. Now, sometimes the defense lawyers, they hate it because they think that it allows the victims to smear the defendants. Even in the Diddy case, in the civil case, some of the judges have unmasked the victims. And obviously that's New York law and federal court, a little bit different, right? But in California, the protection is pretty broad, and most of the time the victims do want to proceed anonymously to at least protect themselves and their families.
When it comes to, and as someone who has represented people who have been in the seat that Derek Dixon sits right now, where they say they have been through something traumatic and they are going after a very strong and powerful person, you look at that $260 million number, the timing of this coming out. I mean, Tyler Perry has this show, it's a movie, Straw. It's the most popular Netflix movie of 2025 thus far, 50 million views in its second week. And then here's this lawsuit that comes out. The defense might look at that and say, well, you're being opportunistic. But at the same time, I mean, if you are suing someone powerful, how much does the timing factor into when you unveil this lawsuit?
You know, there is a PR component as well. Litigation is about leverage, and I would be lying if I didn't consider that. I've come on Law and Crime and I've talked about lawsuits, you know, I filed against Kanye or Lizzo or any number of celebrities, right? Because it can put pressure on them to settle. Now, sometimes they dig in their heels, and, you know, that's what judges and juries are for. But if you are trying to advocate on behalf of your client, whether it's a confidential settlement demand, a mediation, or litigating it in the court of public opinion, it matters, right? I mean, you're looking at the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively case. That case is almost as much outside the courtroom as it actually is in the courtroom, because, you know, everyone cares about the reputation in Hollywood, and whether it's cancel culture or just bad press, it can force a defendant to settle. So that's a tool that you have to use if you're a plaintiff's attorney representing victims like this.
One thing that I'm wondering about here, that I'm confused about here, I don't know if Tirlando can answer this, or anybody in the replay gang come in the comment section later, but this all happened in Atlanta. The studio's in Atlanta. Tyler Perry lives in Atlanta, but the lawsuit's in California. So it sounds like that he filed in California to maybe have a more advantageous possibility of winning the suit, or, you know, having favorable the laws in the jurisdiction in Cali. So I'm kind of curious here. Is it can he really file a lawsuit in another state when everything happened in a different state? Like, we see this happen all the time, right? Like the Tirlando, I don't know if you heard this, but let me go to the big box here while I'm talking about this here. With Anthony Edwards, for example. You know, Anthony Edwards for the Minnesota Timberwolves. You know, he had that situation we all know, if you haven't been living under a rock, that this dude cannot put a condom on to save his life, right? He loves that raw. He like that squishy. He like that good. He don't need that restriction. But because of them restrictions, him being 23 years old, got basically a 39, 40-year-old thought knocked up. He basically told old girl, hey, I'll give you $400,000 to go ahead and terminate the little ninja, right? She said yes, but she took the $400,000 and then terminate and went full term with the pregnancy, right? So Anthony Edwards came out and was like, I ain't gonna raise a little Negro. I told you what's gonna go on here, right? I'm gonna cut you a check. We'll put it over here, and that's all it's gonna be, right? The issue that happened, though, is that when she initially filed for child support and everything else that comes with benefits and tangibles, everything happened in Atlanta, ironically, Tirlando, and he plays for Minnesota and lives in Minnesota. Then she tried to file suit in California. The judge dismissed it and shot that crap right back down to Georgia, saying, why are you filing in California? She moved to California quick, fast, in a hurry, right? Or try to get a temporary residence there. And then the judge was like, nah, that's got to go back to Georgia, baby. So I'm wondering here, you know, like in this situation here, this may get delayed because I know, of course, there's a different kind of suit, but Tirlando, am I wrong to think that the same thing's going to happen once the judge look at this, saying, why you bring this to me in California when everything happened in Georgia? Sit your ass down and fly back to Georgia ATL, because that's who's going to look at it. I'm just curious, because this might be, it looks like people go to California for advantageous, you know, situations, because you know how liberal California is, especially if you even got a prenup out there, you know? Hold on, let me go here. Let me scroll back up to see what y'all saying here. Derek says, yeah, what happened to the Lizzo case? I'm lost there, Derek. What do you mean? I need clarification. Says, I spoke on that earlier in the chat. Jurisdiction and venue are suspect. Okay, thank you, T. Orlando. TP may have studios in Cali, though. No, his studio's in Georgia. The studios in Cali are other studios that he may work for other studios, but his studio is in Georgia, T. Orlando. But I see what you're trying to say here. Cancel culture is definitely on the attack in regards to rich black men. Exactly, it is. Yeah, he says it's called forum shopping. California is plaintiff-friendly and Georgia's employer-friendly. Interesting. Thank you, T. Orlando. I appreciate that here. I want to play a little bit more of this here before we close out here on this here. This is a lot, ain't it, Tribe? Let me just pause and let it digest here. We've been talking about this for almost 2 hours. Let's let this digest here just for a moment. These allegations are out of town here, ain't it? Peter says Travis Hunter will go through the course in the future. Hey, Peter, why you gotta bring Travis Hunter into this? We left that little boy alone. But you ain't lying, though. You ain't lying. Let's get back. Oh, I know Tyler Perry Studios are in Atlanta, but they do some filming in Cali. Okay, I see what you're saying, T. Orlando. I see what you're saying. But my thing is, T. Orlando, and anybody out there listening, even though if he has studios in California, the bedroom incident happened in Georgia when he snuck in the room. The drunken incident happened in Georgia. The studio is in Georgia. The Oval is filmed on that big old lot of land that he paid for in Georgia here. So you're right there. He may have studios in California, but it seems like every single item happened in Georgia. Booty Heist was in Atlanta. Booty Heist, Lord have mercy. He'll get cleaned out, says Peter. But let's get back into it now to finish off. But it just seems like, and this is not the first time, reason why I'm saying this to the tribe and all y'all listening, if y'all watching me, it seems like that anybody who has a lawsuit, even if the situation didn't happen in a certain state, people are quick, fast, in a hurry to travel to California. And it's like T. Orlando said, it's a plaintiff's, haven to file in California. So it seems like that whenever people have some sort of situation, they're going to run to the West Coast here, But let's continue.
How likely is it that the plaintiff's attorneys had spoken with Tyler Perry's representation ahead of this news coming out today?
I think it's very likely. There's two types of lawyers, and I don't know this particular lawyer personally, but I could tell you that most of the time, a lawyer will send a demand, right? They'll send a demand, they'll enter into negotiations, they'll break down, and that's what will happen. I mean, in Cassie's case, there were, pre-filing negotiations with Diddy's team, and they ran out of time. I personally don't like doing that. For me, if I'm going to take a case, I'm taking it because I believe that it's a righteous case and I'm going to file a lawsuit. I don't like to bark if I'm going to bite. But again, it's a personal preference that I have. There's all sorts of problems with the, pre-litigation demand. They say that this is a shakedown, this is extortion, this isn't about justice. So personally, I like to file my lawsuit. I don't ask for a specific number. I say, you know what? I'm going to talk to the jury when the time is right, because that helps, avoid the defense's argument that this person's asking for $200 million and, he's never made, more than $200,000 in his entire life. I think he's saying the loss of earnings here is $400,000. Where you're getting at this number, it's astronomical. So, you avoid some of that bad press and that backlash by just filing your lawsuit and moving the case forward.
And with that, considering Dixon he's not a millionaire, he's certainly not in the same financial category as Tyler Perry. How much money does it cost him to keep this going if Tyler Perry wants to fight back?
Well, these cases, we handle at our firm on a contingency fee basis, which means we're not getting paid hourly. We get a percentage. So if we take a case, we believe that we can win and we can collect. So most lawyers who handle these cases work on that basis. Some of them will charge hourly. The reason we do this is that way we sort of have skin in the game and we're working side by side with our client, because you're right. It can be very, very expensive to pay lawyers. So again, talking about other cases that are happening right now, my estimate for Diddy's daily burn, to litigate his case, it's probably $100,000 a day.
Oh my
somewhere
God.
In that number or close to it. So it can be very, very expensive to try a case. That's why, unless you have significant financial means, many of the victims, they do decide to, you know what, let me hire a lawyer, let me pay them a percentage. That way I'm not out of pocket in this case.
Hold on. Before we get back to it here, big box. T. Orlando, and anybody else who's a legal mind right now, I just want to say that to Orlando, if anybody here is a legal mind, hey, don't be scared to jump in the conversation here. $100,000 a day. Does that sound logical, T. Orlando? He said, this too is false. God damn, T. Orlando. I use a reference, and everything that these lawyers are saying, T. Orlando's saying, hell no. Hey, guys, isn't it key to have your own representation here? It's one thing for one of us to watch something on TV, hear allegations, we come to our own conclusion, what we think we may know the law or our own basic understanding, and sometimes it may not be right here. And shout out to my FBA family here. T. Orlando is FBA through and, thick and thin. We've had conversation. He represents here. I'm not trying to make this a super racial situation, but have you seen here, we got these two white lawyers that I use from this major YouTube channel, and here we got a black lawyer who's basically saying, nah. These dudes don't know what the hell they talking about. This is what here, and he's breaking down statutes. So I'm only bringing this to the tribe here, guys, and I saw someone in the chat say this here. We can't believe everything that we hear on TV or online. We got to get straight to the source, and it's great to have people in the know in all professions. If you know a professional doctor, he may not practice in what you need, but it's always good to have a professional doctor in your suit here. It's always good to have a guy who's an auto mechanic that you know personally and not always relying on the dealership where you're taking your things from. T. Orlando being a lawyer here, it's good to have a lawyer to know, even if he can't practice, because he can at least lead you in the right direction, right? Or whatever the case may be. Somebody who's an authority figure on the subject matter is best for all of us FBA to have somebody in our back pocket to know like this. You know why? Because we're constantly being lied to on a daily basis. They're constantly trying to crap on FBA, B1 establishments in the house here, right? They're always trying to tell black people what is and what isn't and try to lead us astray here. And those days are over, people. We are smarter than what they think we are. How do you think we got to where we at to this day and age here if we didn't have smart people and things that's going on today? We are not ignorant. We are not stupid. We are not dumb. But that's how they think of us. I'm not trying to change to a tethered immigrant conversation, but that's what the other societies think that we are as black Americans. And we are far from that. No matter the conversation we're talking about, where we're having comedy or we're talking about serious issues, what I'm bringing up is we are pushing the needle. We are pushing the conversations. And all the stuff from yesteryear is going to the back garbage can now. Because we know what the hell we're talking about. And we're going to dispute things that don't sound right just because someone says I'm white and I say so. Right? We have to do our due diligence. We can't rely on our own understanding. But we're in a day and age now where information is key and is readily available to us. And if you're not a subject matter expert on it, get somebody who is. Get somebody who knows. You may not be able to hire him for a particular job or him or her for a particular job, but at least they can point you in the right direction so it's not the blind leading the blind. Just want to state that here for the record here, people. We know so many things, and then we can decipher. And no one reason I'm saying this here, before I finish this video off, yeah, we know Tyler Perry probably likes some bussy action. Right? Come on. He been in the game for 20 years. The first time I heard of Tyler Perry, 2005, and even then, we all thought the man was suspect zesty. But just because we think somebody's zesty doesn't mean that they're taking the booty illegally. Does that make sense, people? Just because we know that he makes janky-ass movies, just because we know that these shows are on some straight-up bull, Have y'all seen the Beauty and the Black or whatever show you got on Netflix right now? That is probably the worst show ever, and we know it's janky as hell. But just because the man is smart how to make money and makes janky TV shows and movies doesn't automatically mean that the man is guilty of SA. And that is a huge allegation that we're going at right now, especially when it comes to foundational Black Americans. Because I don't know about you, but when it comes to SA where I live, there's a whole bunch of white teachers that are diddling these white boy teenagers on a daily goddamn basis. Look, guys, in the last 2 weeks, there's been 2 white teachers in my neck of the woods within 8 miles from me. The one high school is literally across the street from me. The other high school is like 7 miles away from me, diddling teenage boys. We have so much allegations and assault going on, but when it comes to us, we have a lot of smoke. I'm not saying that we don't do things, but I'm saying that when it comes to our high profile Black Americans, they throw a lot of smoke on, but for some reason, every single day, I'm finding a whole bunch of white teachers doing a whole bunch of diabolical things. So I'm saying here is that we need to make sure that when we hear these allegations, just because of the sexual orientation or what we perceive allegedly of Tyler Perry, he's still a foundational Black American. And when we hear cases of possibilities like, yo, this looks like a shakedown, just because he may like the hunker for the bussy doesn't mean that he did it. Let's continue here. I just want to state that for the record, people. Let's go.
Because then I think, and I was thinking about Diddy because he is facing all those civil lawsuits as well. And even if some of those lawsuits don't hold up, it still costs money to have an attorney argue on your behalf in court. On Tyler Perry's side, and I'm sure he has a team, he probably has an entire law firm at his disposal with the money he has. But financially, from his side of this, what does the cost look like in pushing back? And you also wonder, and I don't know this for sure, but if this is, if there's more lawsuits that come forward and you have people who say that there were these types of allegations, that hasn't happened. But I think if in Diddy's case, you saw one after another come forward. Financially for Tyler Perry, what could this look like?
Well, it can look bad. So obviously, like you said, Chris, I expect that Tyler Perry has a small army of lawyers on retainer. And there's going to be individuals that have experience handling employment cases, employment defense lawyers. This is what they do all day, every day. They're going to handle the case. And I expect them to be part of some big firm here in Los Angeles or in Georgia, where Tyler Perry lives, even though the lawsuit's been filed here. So, when you're talking about other victims, though, that is a real concern. And again, I'm not saying these allegations are true, but if they are, Chris, oftentimes abusers abuse more than one victim, right? Obviously, in the Diddy case, right, everyone came out, almost 100 victims. But even in Weinstein, right, that's what Me Too is all about. It's not just me. There's other people that were affected and were harassed. So if the allegations are true and I were Tyler Perry, I would have big concerns that, other people are going to come forward and it might be a snowball type effect.
And just reading through the text messages that we have just read within the last hour of recording this, I mean, they're pretty damning. Even if the allegations aren't true, to see what Tyler Perry was texting someone who he had promised jobs to, like, it changes the way someone may view Tyler Perry if you're a fan of his work. What type of conversations would his legal team have if it comes to settling this case or continuing forward and fighting it, knowing that more text messages potentially could come out?
I would have serious concerns if Tyler Perry is indeed sending text messages talking about wanting to expletive, people that are subordinates, right? That is what you are not supposed to do. And everyone's supposed to go through sexual harassment training in California. But as someone that has done defense work in the past, I would cringe as a plaintiff's lawyer, victim's lawyer. I'm like, wow, this is smoking gun evidence. It's bad. You can't be talking to your employees or people that are under your supervision about sex. You can't be grabbing them. This is some of the worst employment conduct that can happen, aside from there being actual penetration. So he's got pretty significant exposure. If these texts are real, I would be very concerned if I were Tyler Perry and his defense team.
Because then on the flip side, if you settle this, it doesn't go away, then it's like, because I think in Diddy's case with Cassie, he settles that lawsuit, and then suddenly everybody says, well, he actually did this. There was obviously evidence with the tape in LA and his situation, but what are the concerns if your client has to settle in hopes that it goes away, knowing that just the headline that you settled a lawsuit is now out in the public?
Yeah, that's what I prepare my clients for. I'm like, listen, if there's a settlement, people are going to think that it's a payoff and that it was righteous. So sometimes these defendants, they care about their reputation more than the money. They make you go get a judgment. So there is the very real possibility that, this lawyer and his client are going to have to go all the way, because it's not about, millions of dollars for Tyler Perry. It's about his reputation, and he might just push this case all the way to trial to clear his name, right? I mean, that's what happened in Johnny Depp Amber Heard, right? It was about clearing Johnny Depp's name, or, Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively. It's about their name. I don't think Blake Lively needs money from Justin Baldoni, right? Her and Ryan Reynolds are reportedly worth $1 billion. But I think they're trying to send a message, and they want to make sure that their reputation is pristine in Hollywood.
Knowing that this lawsuit just dropped within the last hour, what does the timeline look like until this? If he wanted to take this to trial, how long could that be away?
So this case is in federal court in the Central District in Los Angeles, which tends to move a little bit faster than state court. State courts here are notoriously backed up, 18 to 24 months. We may get a trial in 2026, so that's pretty fast. It's certainly not going to happen anytime soon. The parties have to engage in discovery. So that means written questions back and forth that have to be answered under penalty of perjury. There's depositions, which is a recorded interview under oath. So if we get a trial, in early or mid 2026, that's pretty fast for the civil justice system. But we're probably looking at later in 2026, if I were a guessing man.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see just how this story, over someone who is beloved by so many people, how that impacts the public.
Sorry, I was on mute. I'm back. I stopped the video because, they're just going to do a little closeout and everything, right? So I dropped the link here. If you guys want to cam up and talk about it, the link's for you too, T Orlando. You don't got to, I know you, T Orlando, so you don't got to show your camera, but if anybody want to cam up, go right ahead here. Let me get to this super here before I talk more about this here. Shouts my man Pooh Man, the best mod in the game, dropping the green plate in the chat, the $5 holla, baby. What you got for me, Pooh Man? I think the man is trying to drain rich black man pockets because that's exactly what they're doing to Diddy, and he's older and his reps are now. My man Pooh Man in the game. My man Pooh Man. Brother. Salute. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Right back at you with that super. Thank you for that green plate, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I know I was on mute for a second, but we back here. I was muting myself and I was looking at some things here. So here's what we got here. I'm looking up here. It says, let's see, he's bringing up. I'm looking at y'all chats here. Give me 1 second here, guys. Hold up. All right. I'm all caught up. Okay. So with all this that's going on here right now, we got allegations. Allegations, and Pooh Man said it here best here. It's just ironic that every time, like every few months, we're going to find another major black. I'm not mute now. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Press 1. Can y'all hear me now? I took myself off mute. Press 1 if y'all can hear me. But we're seeing multiple allegations by our black entertainers, people who have money, people who have means. We're seeing this more and more and more. And what's actually happening here, whether these are true or not, here's my opinion. Here's what I think. And see if I'm wrong, guys. I think that more of these allegations are coming out, and no, we'll have outlets or TV stations or certain YouTube channels. They're going to pick and run of it and automatically going to assign the guilt. right? Assigned to guilt. Guilty before proving innocence. Now, like I said earlier, I know there's bussy involved, but just because it's bussy involved, I'm not going to front here. For all the years that we've been dealing with being railroaded in the court systems, when it comes to a foundational Black American, I'm going to raise one eye open like CBS. The allegations are damning. But when we know statutes and talking to legal people who litigated cases and a situation that's happened in Georgia, but the person wants to take it to California, you know, like we're already seeing things of jankiness. Well, we know this happened here, but we want to get favorable over here, so we're going to do this here. We know it might get thrown down. They're going to send it back to Georgia, but we're going to do this here, right? But there's also one item that we're looking at here that T. Orlando brought to my attention here that I'm going to bring back one more again. I want to bring up these text messages again. Let me bring it back up here, because even with these text messages, what's going on, T. Lee? What's going on? What the hell? Even with the text messages, do these text messages that he leaked, because he's trying to get the sentiment of public opinion on his side before we even get to the meat and potatoes. If Tyler says, I'm cutting the check for you to go away. Because that's what happens when someone drops text messages before anything hits the fan. He's leaking this here so that the sentiment is going to push Tyler Perry to do something he doesn't want to do. Right? Pooh Man said, ironically, they're all Black billionaires. That's what I'm pointing out here. Like, outside of Harvey Weinstein and Epstein, we're not seeing any other major athletes, entertainers, or wherever in the landscape of the United States that's being attacked on a regular basis like Black Americans. Am I right or wrong, people? We see allegations and accusations every 2 or 3 months now. But we know for a fact that we're not the only ones committing crimes. Look at T. Orlando said, Robert Kraft case went away. Exactly. The massage parlor situation, right, T. Orlando? Old man Kraft, you know, his wife died and he out here hanging out with Meek Mill. He over here busting draws and getting, you know, scantily clad massages and everything. When that situation happened, we heard it for a day with Robert Kraft. We heard about Robert Kraft for about a day, 2 max. And no, most when I saw the stories, I kept seeing pictures of him and goddamn Meek Mill. Isn't that ironic though? Everyone, hey, T. Orlando, did you see this? Manish, did you see this? Pooh Man, T. Lee, what the hell? Derek, anybody in the chat right now? Did y'all, if you guys know about the Robert Kraft case, and if you saw when that broke down, how's it every time I saw him, he was with a Black person? He was hanging out with Meek Mill. And then just like T. Orlando said, it just went away. It just went away, right? Now, I'm not trying to just say that all Black people are always innocent. But one thing is a fact is we are the most we get the most accusations, we get the most arrests, but we are also the most exonerated. Don't let the establishment in the white society tell us like, oh, look at these niggers. They're always doing something. I see it on Twitter all the time. Look at them. They're always degenerates. They're always doing these things. Look at them arrested. Oh, they're bad, bad, bad. But it's one thing to be arrested. It's one thing to have the accusation. And it's another thing that we're the most exonerated. Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Hey, Show Enough. What's going on, Show Enough? I remember Kevin Spacey. Yo, that was another man-on-man dealer situation. That's another man-on-man dealer situation here. Almanize, what's going on, Almanize? I saw you came in. The state went after Kraft, not the massage parlor folks. They over here doing illegal hand jobs. They're doing illegal hand jobs. And they went up he was the John. Yeah. The thing is with Robert Kraft, though, he the John. That's a misdemeanor, right? But even though what he did, I don't know. I take that back. Was it a misdemeanor or not? I'm sorry. Let me recant that. I don't know if that was a misdemeanor or not. You know, but the point is, we didn't hear anything else about Robert Kraft. He out here living his best life. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life. That's what happened. That's what Robert Kraft was saying. He was a white man saying that. I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. You know, but we are always being attacked in this here. And so that's why we got to say when these things happen, even though I'm going to go over these text messages here, we just can't automatically assume that we are guilty, black people. That's what the dominant society wants us to think. When they put a case against our richest and brightest, they automatically do things to make it seem like public opinion is not only against other cultures, but we are also against it. And we admit, we are a very conservative group. Don't let the Democrats tell you that, you know, that all the naturally black folks are conservative in nature. We hate crime. We hate people breaking the law. And someone breaks the law, get their ass. But what we want to state here is that we can't always believe when they put a case on us that we're automatically guilty. We need to let everything play out. We need to hear everything. Even if you don't like the person, they're still a foundational black American, and you know the issues that we have as black Americans in this country. Right? 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 We always go through things, right? But we always fight and we come out on top and we keep pushing. We're never fleeing. We're never running. We right here for the smoke here. But as I say all this here, he says, Roger Ailes of Fox was charged. Yeah, he was charged, Clifton. What happened to Roger Ailes? Fox is still in business, baby. Fox News still rocking and rolling. Kevin Spacey was a man on boy situation. Hey, but you know what was cracked about Kevin Spacey? How he lost his job in that show. That was a #1 hit show. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Didn't Kevin Spacey get off on that case? No, we're talking about cancel culture here, right? We're talking about cancel culture and the accusations to bring people down without even knowing the final result. And that's where we're at here with Tyler Perry. Do I like his movies? Hell no. Keep it a buck here, guys. Do I like Tyler Perry movies? Hell no. I only like the one, The Family That Prays, when, like I said earlier, when Sanaa Lathan got her ass slapped across the table because she over here had that man thinking that was his son, and that wasn't his son. That's a mixed white boy son. You know, do I like his TV shows? Hell no. TV shows are janky as hell. Sisters, Divorced Sisters. I can't keep up anymore. The show's on Netflix. It's people getting murked. It's wild. But just because we don't like the work that he's doing doesn't mean the man is guilty of heinous acts. Clifton says, FBA are sometimes too quick to believe the worst of our own, but whites will elect a felon for president. That's why I'm having this conversation, Clifton. Thank you for saying that, my brother. We believe in law and order as well. We want to see people do what's right. But sometimes we are too quick to demonize our own because the way the media has been easily able to brainwash us that as soon as there's an allegation for the FBA, we're automatically guilty. And as soon as there's an allegation for the white man, we say, or the white person, white woman, they made a mistake. Right, Clifton? They made a mistake. They're really good people. You can't believe everything they say. But for us, we are always guilty. We are always guilty. Let me pull these text messages one more time, guys. Let me just pull up one more time. I want to go over these text messages. One more again. Man, I will say this, though. When I look at these pictures of these two here, you can't tell me this does not look like a picture of an interracial gay couple. And I'm just saying, it looks like that. They look like they dated. They look like they move and get down here. If you out here in Chicago, in Chicagoland, they look like a couple I see on the north side of Chicago walking down Sheridan Avenue. Damn it, I did say that. They look like I'll see them on the north side of town, you know? But let me pull up these text messages one more time. Oh, boy, here we go. I'm going to read them one more again for people who did not show up earlier. And if you guys are late, you guys go back to the beginning, replay games in your future here. But let's just read these text messages one more time. Peter says, when Amber Heard lied under oath, crickets. Man, Peter, that was what, like 3 years ago in 2022? You ain't lying, man. I mean, of course, that's white people and black people, right? But the thing is, too, to add to the context here, it's the allegations against a man. And you're so right about that. Because so many people looked at, what's his name? Johnny Depp. I'm a Johnny Depp fan, but we know that man a little bit off. It's Hollywood. A little bit off. You know, we've seen that. But just because he out there wilding out, you know, and he's rich as hell, don't mean he did what he did here. And all the allegations that she said and everything that came out, Peter, you know, then what happened when the case came up? They had videos. The testimony came out. Then they really litigated when we heard everybody state their piece. And what happened with Amber Heard? Amber Heard is a straight up piece of shit. I said it. That woman lied to be lying. She is a straight up no good piece of shit. And if the crazy thing is, all the stuff that came out to prove that she was lying, and people were still rocking with her. People couldn't believe that a woman, especially an attractive woman, who's about to be the lead in the next Aquaman movie at that time, how could anybody do this here, right? And the issue that we have here, and the reason why I'm coming out in front of this here, is that, of course, men are guilty and proven innocent. It's even worse for black men. It's even worse for black men. You're right, Peter, as well. Trevor Bauer, as well. Just these are the crickets here. These are the crickets. Matter of fact, with Trevor Bauer, Peter, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he win his lawsuit where that she got to pay him back $300,000 for the false allegation? What's going on, Terrence? Good to see you, brother. See you came in the building. No notification. Look at this here. No notification, but I'm glad to find you on this topic. I need everybody to do this right now or do what you got the time here. I told you guys your boy is shadow banned. Notifications are not going out. So do me a favor, unsubscribe, then subscribe, then click back on notification again. Once again, click on subscribe, unsubscribe, then subscribe that notification because they're not sending notifications out, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. What's going on, quality guy? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you come in. Says Peter Rose Trevor just won his case. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. He's winning 3. Yep, that's true. So it's a double whammy for us, guys. I'm gonna go over these text messages again, but the reason why I'm saying it's a double whammy for us. Men are guilty until proven innocent. Then add a black man on top of that. Our own people will look at the situation. Oh, that nigga guilty. And then it'll get quiet. It'll be crickets. And then all of a sudden, then not even no settlement. We'll hear throwing out. But you know something? The damage is already done. The damage has already been done. Hey, before I get back to these text messages again, let me go to the big box here and shout out to my man Terrence in the building. What's going on? T in the building, dropping the $5 holla, pushing the green place in the chat. What you got for me, man? He says, my Bernie Mac voice on Tyler Perry. Milk and cookies. Him downstairs. I did my best to do that. My man T in the building. Hey, brother. Salud. Thank you for the holla. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Right back at you with that green holla. Milk and cookies. Rest in peace, Bernie Mac, man. Chicago, stand up, man. Missed Bernie Mac, man. That was a real one there, man. You gonna say milk and cookies? Shout out to you, Terrence. Hope all's good your way, brother. Hope all's good your way. Clifton says, all those women who lied on Cosby, no repercussions. Exactly. Hey, Clifton, in the chat here. Clifton brought up Cosby here. When all those accusations were coming out here, you want to know something? You know who's the biggest liar in the game in those accusations? What's her name? Janice Dickinson? Speaking of devil, I think her name's Dickinson, right? She's the white supermodel. She done drugs. She used to be fine as hell for a white woman. Now she look like Skeletor. She had the most damning allegations about Bill Cosby. And she was lying her ass off. She was on drugs. This is a fact here. I'm not making this up here. This woman's an alcoholic. She was on drugs. She's been proved to be a liar, and she was the one front and center with her drunk high as hell talking about Cosby did this. And what happened when all that stuff went out the door, Clifton? No repercussions, like you said. And that's the damnest thing, reason why we're having this discussion right now. I know I'm going to his text messages here. I keep repeating that. And it is evidence that he leaked here. But you notice these are the text messages that he released. My thing here is that, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I'm not going to release every single text message if I'm going to do something like this. Let's say if I was in this situation, but I'm going to make sure that one of the most juiciest that leads to it, not no insinuation, right? Not no insinuation. A text message that says, oh yeah, that nigga did it. That's what I look for when someone leaks. Not no juiciness here. Not the juiciness. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me go. Let's read these text messages now. Let me pull myself down. You guys can see this on the screen here. Hold on. Let me take the chat off my face here. Let's go over these text messages one more again, guys. I'm going to read them like I'm doing this here in different voices. I can call you later or tomorrow sometime. You have a really fresh voice and take on things. I don't know where this is going, but I laughed the entire time. I can see the world and the characters. My exclusivity ends in 30 days. I want to take losing it out to Amazon or Netflix after that and gauge their interests. But also, I want to try and get you with the right people to help you make these shows work. They are not for my audience, but we need to find a home for this stuff. I don't know. I don't want to miss another creek. You know that Eugene bought that to me first, and I didn't get it. Amen gets here tomorrow, so he's got my full attention. I'll be trapped until the day after Christmas, so let's talk then. Wow. Wow. I was worried that even liked it because it's a weird concept. So thank you. Right. We just had a heaping dose of it, and now it's back to nothing. It's really weird. I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months. Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant being around people. Jacob, I love that you only say that when I'm being stupid. LOL. I guess the Jacob dumbass version of me. Blonde. This is crazy. Let's keep it going here, guys. You know what? I cook. Derek, spaghetti and cake. You, I'm so drunk talking. What's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have you found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of car, Geo Metro. Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist, that's so cool. Where you came from? Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. Nice. Santa Monica's nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? It's stronger. You got to have a strong no. Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that is real. Well, I don't think that, but I do think you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. I hear you. Well. The only one who could have gotten that for you, though, is sex in prison. So just stick to the no unless you are really into him. I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me. I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Well, it's not this person, but yes, I want that too. I'm working on it. Therapy is helping. I had to put a little extra sauce on it. Clifton says they're dragging down Cuban and Junior on some BS. Their so-called video evidence shows nothing to follow Cuban and his girlfriend's upstairs the hallway. Hey, Cuban got an alcohol problem too. You see that video? Hey, Clifton, I don't know the details. I'm not blaming Cuba. All I'm saying is you can't give Cuba any alcohol. You gotta look up the video. He says, somebody sucked that baby's I don't want to get in trouble. So he said, somebody sucked that baby's Y'all gotta find that video of Cuba. He's on stage. He got the microphone. Somebody sucked that baby's I'm not saying Cuba's guilty, Clifton. I'm just saying that video's funny as hell. He says, that's some creepy narration, Dave. That's the whole point, Peter. That's why I'm a YouTuber. I can't just read it straight up for you. I gotta give you true, straight up narration. Dave just gets to the part where he puts it in his ass. Hey, Peter, I'm done with you. Log out, Peter. Peter, log out right now. Peter, you're done for the day. Peter, you're done for the day. Log out. Darren says, another TDND impression. Thank you, brother. I'm having fun, guys. I'm having fun. But that's it for Tyler Perry for now. That's all we got. If we look at these text messages here, if this is actually Tyler Perry, there's something illegal he did in these text messages. Right? If this is actually his phone and Derek Dixon is having these multiple conversations with Tyler, only thing these text messages show, like Peter said here, they're just trying to get to the point where they put it in each other's asses. God damn. But none of these text messages showcase illegal activities. None of these text messages showcase of somebody stealing or taking the bussy. If anything, it just sounds like two bussy boys having some conversations, right? But at the same time, though, when we reading these damning text messages, does this prove essay? All jokes aside, do these text messages prove essay? I say no. But he leaked these first to get the point of critical thinking, and the people who are making believe guilty before innocent is on the side here. Then you add the last week and a half, 2 weeks of another janky-ass Tyler Perry movie that everybody's pissed off at. And the thing is, Tyler Perry's main support is black women, and black women are destroying him on that movie Straw. So I'm looking at this as really an orchestrated process here. People are already negative against Tyler Perry for the recent release. His biggest supporters are black women who are mad at him at this last movie, right? You already got the allegations of him being of the Rainbow Coalition persuasion. Then you add the fact of cancel culture, and sometimes the damnest allegations are worse than being found proven guilty at times. Because the allegations start now, and you can't get past that. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. So even though he might be a bussy boy, and listening to a legal mind like we have here at T. Orlando, not going by our own understanding, somebody who went to school, studied the law, graduated, and then has worked with some of the most studious people in the game in his state that he practices law here, working for multiple judges and dealing with other legal astute minds here. So having all this information here, and even though it's only one day, like I said, in this American justice system, I'm not going to go to our black men and say guilty until proven innocent here, even though I don't like his material, even though I don't like the way he moves. That's his profession. But as a person, though, I'm not going to cast this man out to say that he did something heinous where that he should be sued for millions of dollars or possibly be thrown in jail. I'm not going there, guys. It's okay for us to have jokes and jokes and jokes all day long. But when it comes to the real deal, when it comes to the stuff that's hitting the fan, when it comes to things that destroy people's lives, we're not going to go here today, guys. We're not going to go there today. I need more evidence. And especially when we get closer to the court, if there's going to be a case or a trial, whatever the case may be, the last thing I'm doing these days now is going to go ahead and convict the black man because of an allegation. Because we have it written in our constitutional laws that we are innocent till proven guilty. We are allowed to have, a jury of our peers. But another thing, too, is only thing that we heard right now is a civil suit for $260 million. Derek Dixon ain't go to the police. If you are a victim of SA, we get on women for running and filing civil cases, but not going to the police and going ahead and filing a case so that this man can be thrown in jail here. This should apply to men as well. I'm going to keep it a buck, and a spade here. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I am a pro man. This is a pro man channel here, especially black men here. He said, Peter says, all you were missing was props. Damn you, Peter. Log out, Peter. I'm tired of you right now. You ain't right. Peter wilding right now. He said, Tierlando says, that guy's life isn't worth $260 million, let alone his bussy. Exactly. And you know what, though, Tierlando? And here's the thing, too, that I want my people to listen to going forward here. Whether you're a Tyler Perry fan or not, because I want to make sure I'm saying this here. I'm not a Tyler Perry fan. But when you see the number of $260 million off the rip, I'm smelling cap and I'm smelling bull. Right? 260 and no police report. Nah, we're not gonna let you off the hook. We get on women for doing these janky ass cases, and you know something? You alphabet community bussy boys, same for you. Men is not exempt here. We're keeping this across the plane here. If you feel that you was assaulted, you better take your ass to police. We better hear, like, at the very least here, we should hear he did go to the police and the police just said, nah, nothing here. And if we don't hear nothing about the police here, at this point in the game right now, I don't care if you're a man or woman. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. If you felt that you was assaulted, you should want that person in jail and not a check. The check comes later after everything comes about here. If you are a victim, the price that should be paid is the person that should be found liable for crimes committed. Not just going straight to a lawyer and says, I need that money. I need that check. I need those benzos. I need those greenbacks, baby. Says, I don't even like TP because he shouldn't portray black men negatively. That too, Tierlando. That too. Because ironically with him, he constantly talks about how he wants to lift up the black woman experience because of his aunts and his mother and his grandmother. At the same time, though, he is constantly putting this big old cast on black men. And more importantly, it's dark-skinned black men. You can tell the man has a colorist situation here in going on here, right? Because the dark-skinned black man is always the villain, and the light-skinned black man is the one who found Jesus, is a Christian, and can save that woman from all casualties. You know, he got that savior complex when it comes to dark-skinned and light-skinned brothers. You know, I mean, just look at Blair Underwood. I'd never seen Blair Underwood play a character like that. They had Blair Underwood like the goddamn devil. What was that? The family reunion? I can't remember which one Blair Underwood was. He got hit. This Negro was beating the crap out of his woman as soon as everybody turned their back. I swear, that movie reminded me of like a new age version of the goddamn Color Purple of these damn Tyler Perry movies. But just because he does that, doesn't mean he's guilty of SA, right, Tierlando? We both don't like the work he's doing. It doesn't mean that he is an SA artist. We need proof of that, right? So Captain Saber 304. Exactly. Captain Saber 304. You know. But we're going to find out soon enough. May not be tomorrow. May not be August. The Diddy case may end, and Diddy may go to jail or may not go to jail. You know, we may have other allegations. Until then, though, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And like I said, just because I don't like you, don't mean I don't think you need to go to jail. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean that you're guilty of crimes. That's just a personal connotation that we have with certain people. Some people may not like me. Doesn't mean I need to go to jail. Some people may not like Tyr Orlando. Doesn't mean Tyr Orlando supposed to go to jail. Some people may not like Terrence. Doesn't mean Terrence supposed to go to jail. Some people don't like EJ driving that big ass truck. You know? Doesn't mean he need to go to jail. Hey, EJ, I gotta ask you something to my truck drivers out there. I hope you got a legal CDL license, because these Democrats went ahead and wrote up a bunch of bad CDL licenses out here. I hope you're driving legally. They got 1,000 tethers in Florida, driving illegally here in Florida. Hey, EJ, please tell me you legal out there in these streets driving that truck, okay? I don't mean to get sidetracked. I see EJ in the chat here. He driving all over the country here, and I just need to make sure that EJ ain't getting one of them bogus driver's license, them bogus CDLs from the Democrats giving all these goddamn tethers, okay? What you saying here, Terrence? But he gave Sinbad a job. He a good man. And you know what, though? I will say that about him, though, about Tyler Perry. As much as I hate, and the reason why I hate the work that he does is because he's doing the very least. And let me just think, I'm going to give you a reason. I'm not just hating to be hating. He does the very least. When you are that established, when you have that much money, when you have your own studio bigger than Hollywood, and you basically got a blank check to make money because you know that you have a core audience that is always going to ride for you, it gets to a point where you have to derelict your duties. You got to assign tasks for other people to handle. You can't be a single silo for everything. And what I'm talking about is he writes his own scripts by himself. He is his own single writer's room, so there's no one on the outside that can give him good information to write better scripts, or just saying, hey, I could do so much. I've been doing this for 20 years. Let me hire a writer's room so I can bring the best and the brightest and make more money. But he's at the point where he's cutting costs. That's the issue I have him. When you look at every single movie, TV show, he is the writer, producer, director, EP, everything. So you know that's the reason why he's a billionaire, because when you think about the residuals and everything that comes to play, all the money funnels back to Tyler Perry, and he don't gotta split none of those profits with anybody, because when you're the director, you're the writer, you're the producer, you're the EP, you own the studio, you've done everything whatsoever. The only thing that he's paying is the actors to act in the movie and whoever he hires to actually hold the damn cameras. He is so goddamn cheap. That is my issue. And since he's so cheap, he makes bad work because he makes himself the single point of contact. Or in my world in IT, we call that a SPOC. SPOC, single point of contact. And that can work in the beginning, but now that you're here where you're at right now, you're making money hand over fist. You can make better products, make better work if you hire other minds. He is so consistent saying, I'm doing all the writing, I'm doing all the producing, I'm doing all the directing. So it's only one single point of process from an entertainer standpoint, and there's no other views or lenses. That's my issue with Tyler Perry. That's my issue with that. And from a business standpoint, it's smart because he's collecting all the money. But from a consumer standpoint, it's the reason why I can't watch no more of his stuff, because we're seeing the same product over and over again. Does that make sense, people? I'm not hating to be hating just to be a jealous ass motherfucker, but we see where he's at and we know that he can have better quality products. You know? What are you saying here? TP could really change the narrative for black men if he wanted to. Yes, Tyr Orlando, you're right about that. He could change so many narratives, right? But once you're a big capitalist billionaire like that, he ain't worried about the narrative. He's worried about the bottom line. Ain't nothing wrong about the bottom line, but when the bottom line has been consistent for 20 years, there's a problem, you know? That's what light skins do too easy. Come on, Pooh Man. That's what they do too easy. Is there a police report? That's EJ. That's what I was saying earlier. There's no police reports right now. In that video I played, these two lawyers did not bring up not one police report or a criminal complaint. All we have is the civil complaint. And that's the issue that I have too as well. If it's a civil complaint and it's SA involved, I ain't believing you unless you go to the police. If it comes out later that he went to the police, then I'll retract that. But I'm gonna say this, whether it's a man or a woman, don't care. Even if the police laugh you out the police station, if you are a victim of crime, the first thing you do is report to the police. Even if they laugh you out at the police station. If you don't go to the police, I'm thinking that all you're doing is looking for money. Says, I've been legal since 92, says Pinball. Terrence says, that's not good leadership. Example of creativity. We as black people look because it is a train wreck. Thank you, Terrence. That is the only reason why people watch these Tyler Perry shows, movies now. They know it's so bad, you're watching to see how bad it is. That's not a good reflection of your work there. People are not watching for there may be a few actors that you may say, oh yeah, I like this actor that he may bring on and things of that nature. But after that, it's a train wreck. And people are watching to see how bad it is. And he's gonna be a billionaire if he just went and hired people to make his quality better. Because he's past the point where he could be a Spock, but he don't care, you know? Peter says, these allegations have in common when there is recent success, then somehow an accusation ensues. Exactly. Not just recent success, lifetime success, Peter. Not just recent, lifetime success. Let me say this. I think this is the last major point I want to say on this subject here. They do this because of the financial windfall that can be passed down. What we're talking about here, Peter, and everybody in the chat here, is that when you sue and successfully sue a successful black man or woman, FBA all day, that is money that cannot be passed on to the family. That is money that cannot go to sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, cousins, a wife, girlfriend, whoever in this inner circle that he can expand to build our own black community. When we have these major lawsuits, this is called a wealth distribution, where that Johnny Law, Mr. Public, goes ahead and takes our money and put it right back into the government, into lawyers' hands, so that they can take the money away from us, so that we're not giving it to the people we love. It's a wealth distribution away from the family, friends, and dear ones who we want to have. So when you say, Peter, about the success of these accusations, it's a way so that we're not passing on that wealth, so that other people are not becoming wealthy off our success because of the family lineage that we may have built. And that's what these major things are happening here. Like with Bill Cosby. At one point here, no matter how you feel about Bill Cosby, and I got strong sentiments about Bill Cosby because he came at black people wrong, but just because he came at black people wrong of his indignation doesn't mean that these lawsuits and allegations should have happened where they took his money. He had enough money to buy NBC, guys. Think about that. Bill Cosby had enough money to buy NBC before then the allegations come out. That man, even though if he never had an allegation, that money had been sitting on that money, and them ones go to twos, two go to 4 to 8 to 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. It just keeps building. All those lawsuits and the women came out, all they did was drain his money, where he had to pay lawyers, pay court costs. So even if he wanted to buy NBC today, he couldn't, because they took enough chunk of his change to say this Negro don't even got a chance. That's the situation here. They do what they do so that we cannot build wealth to the next generation. We cannot pass it down so that generations and generations to come, and this part of the black family is always going to be wealthy. No, they want to stop that. Stopgap that. Now, I know Tyler Perry has a kid, and everybody thinks that the woman he has a beard, right? Even we think that, he still has a kid, and we still look at the government to take our ends so they can distribute that to the others, so that we're not giving it to other blacks. That's what we're seeing here. Eric says, yes, my CDL is legal for over 10 years. Thank you, brother. Shout out, exactly, Jay Walker. Shout out to them being legal. I was too right in my big wheel. There you go. He says, I get my electric Jeep until I was 5. He said, is that why Kendra's show is so bad? It's because she is cheap? Yeah, she is. She could be better. Hey, you know what though? Kendra could have got away with so much if she upgraded her channel. Like, I'm not going to go too far into this, but we look at the concept of Kevin Samuels and how she kind of took the format of Kevin Samuels' show, but then turned that to her version, basically, right? And we saw how Kevin Samuels got down. You saw the dark lighting, and he had the little prop fixtures on his desk. He wore a nice suits every major live stream on YouTube. Of course, he would probably dress down on IG, but he had the suits. He saw the computer set up and the lighting. He put even if you watch a video from 5 years ago from Kevin Samuels, we know that his setup is better 5 years ago than most YouTubers today. And that is why, it's like Kendra's show so bad. Not only because of the women, but when you have a cheap show at this point in the game right now, you've been on this round. So it's like, what are you doing? Why are you not reinvesting into a better product so that even though there's so much jankiness, we can watch you visually? So yeah, Pinball, it's a lot of YouTubers. Like me here, I'm about to go through a transformation. My set's been like this for a while, and I think it's time for me to do an update right now. You got to keep reinventing yourself to make sure people stay with you. I don't want to have the same set here. We're about to do some updates soon, We got to do some things like that. Eric says, I've been legal since 2012. Shout out to you, Eric. Shout out to Eric being legal since 2012. But yeah, Pinball, yeah, when people put out cheap work, after a while, people see that and don't want to deal with it. Even if you're a good person, be like, yo, you're making all this money, not time to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? It's about time you do what you want to do here, especially if you got a business. One thing if it's a personal thing and it's a hobby. But if this is your place of business, we should always see you stepping up, updating, improving, taking it to the next level. People appreciate that. If we still see you moving the same in 2025 like it was in 2020, we know that you're not developing. We know that you're not taking yourself to the next level. We know that you're not reinvesting. We know that you're not building. It's more than just an outfit that you're going to wear some janky ass wigs. It's the whole production stuff that people want to be behind their phone or on their laptop or put you on the big screen and say, hey, I want to watch this YouTuber. But if you're still going to move like you are in the damn car, using your damn cell phone, then it's like, yo, you're getting this money, shout out to you. But man, you got to do better than that, right? Peter says, in my opinion, I think she's not doing too good as she's making it out because she keeps asking viewers to rate her crappy app $5 because of black woman. Yeah, I hear you, Peter. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna do too much Kendra today. We're not gonna talk too much about her. It's all, I mean, you know what though? People, they're gonna learn. People gonna learn eventually. But hey, we're done with Tyler Perry, guys. Shout out to y'all. What we're gonna do here, guys, is if we get more information on Tyler Perry, like breaking information, we'll come back and talk about it. I think I'm in agreement with Tier Land on some of you guys in the chat here. It's a shakedown, I think. It's a shakedown. I think that we had two bussy boys who were getting down and dirty. Something happened that he wasn't illegal, but homeboy dropped out the game and decided now I'm gonna sue for $260. I'm just gonna say this here. If I see a lawsuit for $260, I think you're guilty. I think you're making up a lawsuit. I'm not saying you're guilty because he didn't do anything wrong. I'm saying from a legal standpoint, I'm just saying that if I see $260, I think you making it up. Plain simple. I think you're making it up plain and simple. But hey, what do we know right now? This could go, literally, we could be talking about this now, and then we could come back 2 or 3 months later and be like, damn, what happened to that case? And we found thrown out. I will say this, though. If this guy's an actor, more than likely, he done his acting career. This is the last point here. He's an actor. I guarantee you right now, he done his acting career unless he's going to finance his own things. He is suing Tyler Perry. You think that these other studios, these other white moguls, is going to look at this white bussy boy and want to give him work knowing that he's going to sue somebody when things don't go his way, because people might perceive that he's going to give the booty, and then when you might get the booty, he might sue back for you taking the booty? Hey, Lionsgate ain't going to be messing with him. We're not going to see MGM mess with him. This guy probably is doing this shakedown because he probably don't want to be an actor no more and wants a good check so he can go off and ride off into the sunset. That's why he had them balloons in the background like, yay, red balloon. I don't see any major studio want to work with this man knowing that he wasn't an A superstar actor, but you're going to sue another more a powerful studio owner like Tyler Perry, even though he's black? These white folks can be like, yeah, we're happy Tyler Perry getting sued. He's going to be our Trojan horse. We're going to allow him to do the dirty work, but we ain't going to hire him. He might sue us next. We might give him a gig 2 or 3 years down the line, and then we're getting sued for the bussy action. Yeah. So, shout out to you, Derek Dixon. I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of you anytime soon. Peter says, next update in the case, we expect good narration with props. Yeah, maybe. All right, guys, that's my time. I did not realize that my game plan was to talk about this for 2 hours, and I was going to be done. I didn't realize we were going to do a 3-hour live stream on Tyler Perry alone. It happens, though. It happens, because I know I can talk my ass off, guys. But check out, here's what we're going to do here. We're going to get out of here, guys. I appreciate all y'all for supporting the grind today. You know, glad y'all came through. Yeah. You know how we do these lives, guys. Like I told you guys, your boy's been shadow banned. So if you guys want the notifications, I need you guys to unsubscribe, then click on subscribe again, then click on that bell notification. You're going to have to redo that because they're not going to push these out here. Someone came in there and said, I didn't get the notification, Dave. And that's cool, though. So I need you to unsubscribe, then subscribe, click on that bell notification. I also need you guys to like these videos because that helps the algorithm. Shout out to everybody that came through with the super chats. No cash apps today, but shout out to y'all who gave cash apps in the past year. What are you saying here, Peter? The damage may already be done. They may not want to work with him because of this shakedown. Oh, yeah, that's what. Oh, exactly, Peter. It's already done. It's already done. The powers that be is looking at this saying, yeah, do it, little Derek Dixon. Get all of Tyler's money. We're mad that he got his own studio. All of them janky-ass shows should have been going through Lionsgate. Should have been going through MGM. Should have been going through Paramount, you know? So the powers that be is looking and saying they're happy. Yeah, take some of Tyler Perry's money. But at the end of the day, they're going to be like, we're not hiring that white guy. Let him take down Tyler Perry. He's doing God's work. He ain't going to take us down. We're not going to be Harvey Weinstein over here. Look what happened to Harvey Weinstein. They're not going to let another Harvey Weinstein situation happen to those other studios, okay? Let them go after Tyler Perry, but they ain't going to let him Harvey Weinstein them. Right, Peter? Yeah, so I need y'all to show y'all support. I need you to click on the like for these videos here. I can't guarantee we're going to come. Shout out to everybody for Juneteenth. I can't guarantee we're going to do a Juneteenth live, but if we're feeling it, we're feeling it. You know, shout out to the FBA family for Juneteenth coming up here. As I close out here, let's remember, Juneteenth is only for foundational Black Americans, for Black Americans, descendants of freedmen. I rock with everybody. This is not a Jamaican holiday. This is not a Dominican holiday. This is nothing from the Caribbean holiday. This is nothing from Africa holiday. This is a Black American holiday for descendants of freedmen. Let's make sure you guys understand that. Listen to me right now. For everybody else that's trying to hijack this new holiday we have for like 5 years and trying to make this some Carnival Juneteenth weekend, no. Y'all got your own holidays. Carnival somewhere else. Y'all can do what you got to do here. This is our holiday. This is Descendants of Freemen. Stop trying to destroy our holiday before we got it here. This is our, and guys, don't let anybody else that you see saying that this is an immigrant holiday or this is a migrant holiday or descendants of slaves and freemen are immigrants. No, we're not. We're not immigrants. If you're FBA like me, I don't have anybody on my mom's side or my dad's side of the family that's in any immigrant database. This is the American holiday. This is an American holiday for descendants of freemen, and you guys forget that. And don't let anybody else try to cosplay and hijack it. And I want to give this message to all my FBA family here. If you see anybody try to say it's an immigrant holiday or try to cosplay as anything but foundational Black American or the soil of what we got going on here, I hope y'all say something. I hope you're saying, this ain't your holiday. Stop with that bullshit, okay? Stop with that crap here. This is our holiday. This is ours. Don't let anybody hijack it. All right, guys. Shout out to you, Upper Man. Yes, sir. I'm getting out of here, guys. It's been a good live stream. I need you guys to show y'all support. Let me do this here. Hey, I got the music on now. So, I'm gonna peace out. Like, comment, subscribe, click on the bell notification. Show y'all support. You can join the group memberships here. But on that note, we gonna get out of here. I'm that dude named Dave. I'm TD&D with TD&D Live here. FBA family, B1 in the house. And on that note, we out of here, baby. Deuces.